It comes in the form of a rocking Bud Walton Arena as Bobby Portis caps an absolute thriller.
Hey, this is Darren McFadden, and you're listening to The Morning Rush.
Live from the Busch Light Studios.
People who really want to have a good time won't come to a slaughterhouse. And we've got entirely too many troublemakers here.
On your favorite Arkansas sports talk station.
I don't like you because you're dangerous. That's right. I am dangerous.
Streaming live from
HitThatOne.com.
I
hit the 7-iron like John Daly hits the 3.
This is The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson.
You just gotta keep living, man.
And Tommy Kraft.
We follow orders or people die. Are we clear?
The Morning Rush starts right now.
Yes, sir.
Sure, the highlight back in 2015 when you played the Alabama Crimson Tide. It was Bobby Portis, headband 9. And if you remember, that game was in overtime, and Bobby Portis ended up getting a Kai Madden attempted shot, tipped it in. 93-91 was the final. Bobby Portis had a great game last night against the Philadelphia 76ers, and he, along with several other Razorbacks, including the latest addition, Adriel Bailey, are coming back to campus. Tomorrow is going to be a lot of fun for people watching on TV, people listening right here on ESPN Arkansas, and people in attendance in Bud Walton Arena. It's also going to be fun for those going to Baum-Walker Stadium today or any point this weekend. Arkansas baseball is back. We got a chance to catch up with Dave Van Horn yesterday. Going to get some thoughts from Clay Henry coming up at 6:30 this morning, what he thinks about the basketball game this weekend, baseball this weekend, and a lot. Plus, Jalen Williams talks a little Tennessee as well. So we're fully loaded on Fast Break Friday, Tommy.
Yeah, ready to dive right in this morning. Brought to you by Farm Credit, their local branch staff who make and close your loan will be the same people servicing your loan for the span of the life of that loan. So don't worry about financing your next farm, livestock, home, mortgage project, recreational land with Farm Credit, and then your mortgage being sold. Other banks may do that. Farm Credit will never do that for you. Also ask about patronage cash from Farm Credit. Go to myaglender.com. That's myaglender.com for Farm Credit. And I think the other big thing, particularly with baseball, is weather's going to be much better today, tomorrow, Sunday than what we saw yesterday. So improving trend over the weekend, which I think will get a lot of people out to the ballpark. I think you'll have a lot. I don't know what people expect, but I think you'll have 6,000-7,000 there today on opening day. People are excited about baseball, and you think, well, that's not they're 10,000. Well, I mean, for opening day in February, that'd be a great crowd today if you had north of 5,000.
There's people across the United States that don't get 8,000 for the biggest series of the year, and that's a low expectation. Yeah, or
they gets 8,000 for the season.
For the season, and that's the expectation for Arkansas baseball. I'm curious to see what it looks like on television. It'll be on the SEC Network Plus for those wondering. And again, you have Watch ESPN. You don't have to pay for ESPN Plus. You can just, if you have a cable subscription, you can watch it that way. When we talk about ESPN Plus or SEC Network Plus, just a way to remind people. Or if you have ESPN Plus, you can do that too.
All right, so hang around. We'll give away a set of tickets, a pair of tickets for each day of the series, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday during the show today. So don't let me forget, but we'll give away 3 different sets. We can electronically transfer them to you. We'll do that each hour. We'll give away a set of tickets for this weekend's opening series.
Now, you and I both like the physical ticket itself, but the one beneficiary thing about the carbon ticket and the email ticket and that is they're much easier to send to people because some people that are up in Northwest Arkansas and Harrison or wherever, it's difficult to get the tickets and hand them to them. But now we have a very easy way. It takes about 2 minutes, and we can just send them to you this morning.
Yeah.
But
now coming up in the podcast, Ty's going to give away Tennessee tickets for Saturday. He's got a roll of them in his desk.
Yeah, and
it will be. You want to make sure you tune in for that today.
Yeah,
he's got probably 12, 13 pair. I mean, like a block of tickets to give away today.
Yeah, and the way you're going to get them from
parking passes with them too, I'm told.
Yeah, the way you're going to get them
any concession credit. You got any concession stand credit to match up with them.
I wish that I
need a free hot dog with my free tickets.
Gave us concession stand vouchers for the media.
They do in baseball.
Do they?
Yeah, that's how they take care of they have in past. Obviously none of us have been there this year, but that's going to be now that's a hard ticket to get, obviously, and I don't know how many will be sold outside the arena tomorrow. There'll be some fingers in the air, but I don't imagine too many tickets will be in the air. Or do you hold your phone up now? What do you do? You're talking about the electronic transfer. You don't have a physical ticket. I don't know what you do now to indicate I have some for sale.
All right, Drew, Tommy, how much do you think the cheapest ticket is right now on Vivid Seats? Take a wild guess.
$175.
$175. Drew, what do you think it is for this?
I'm going to go north of $2. I'm going to go $225.
It's $129.
Wow.
Come down. So yesterday it was $150 something. So
upper level 207 row 8 is $129. Where's 207? 207 is kind of in the corner. That's not a terrible seat, row 8.
Well, there's no bad seats, but that's a lot of money to sit upper deck corner when you can watch it on TV for free.
Yeah. And my brother, who's coming up from Dallas,
I'm going to do that. I want to hold my money for the Kentucky game, and it may cost me another $100 on top of that, but it may be north of $200. If Arkansas wins tomorrow, secondary ticket market for the Kentucky game will be straight up.
Yeah, and they're 20.
And you better sell them quick if you sell them. Don't keep jacking the price up, because what happens is, just like we saw a little bit yesterday, the market will start dipping and you'll lose 10 or 15%.
I do wonder if Kentucky and Kentucky plays Alabama at home tomorrow, Arkansas plays Tennessee. If Kentucky beats Bama, who is a ranked opponent, but they lost to Tennessee earlier this week, they'll stay within the top 10. If Arkansas beats the Vols tomorrow, how farther do they come? They'll be inside the top 20, of course, but how much? I don't think they can get inside the top 15. Maybe I'm wrong, but you would have if they win tomorrow, you would have a top 20 matchup next week, regardless of what happens at Florida, because the AP poll only gets updated every single Monday.
Yeah, so my guess would be somewhere about where Tennessee's at now, 16, maybe 17. I don't think you can crawl in the top 15, but again, polls are for fans. They don't mean a lot. They don't carry any weight, really, other than they're fun to talk about. It's good for TV to flash. It gets you on the ticker more regular. So there are some benefits to it, but what it actually means to the postseason is pretty insignificant at this point.
Yeah. Let's take a quick phone call in the first segment. Brian is in Fort Smith wanting to ask about the one hog call. Brian, you got about a minute, man. Go ahead.
Hey, guys of ESPN Arkansas Radio, and hello to all the Razorbacks fans across the state, across the country, and around the world. As you might guess, 2 years ago, I taped myself doing my one hog call. Thus far, the video has 146 views and counting, which means the video needs more viewers like you. It's just that easy. First, go to YouTube. Second, look up The Bat Does His One Hog Call. Third, watch the video and tell me what you think. Fourth, share the video with your fellow Razorback fan along with your friends and family. That's it. That's all it takes. My video lasts 1 minute and 17 seconds long, and it's worth watching. After all, my video can be seen by more than 146 viewers. 2 more things. First, please add me as a friend on Facebook by searching Brian, B-R-I-A-N, Allen, A-L-L-E-N, Thompson, T-H-O-M-P-S-O-N. Second, please follow me on Twitter with the handle @TAT_BAT_1983.
All right, Brian, we appreciate that. And everybody look up Brian's YouTube channel for a hog call today.
Hey, we are brought to you this morning by Razorback Camper Sales. Huge selection of travel trailers, fifth wheels, and pop-ups. They also offer full prep and setup, no extra cost, so you can leave the lot and start camping immediately. You'll have access to the best parts and service department in the state, and it is the oldest family-owned RV dealer in Arkansas. They've been doing it for over 50 years. It's show season, so go see them at the Boat and RV Show in Hot Springs, February 25th through the 27th. Again, that's February the 23rd through the 27th. Next weekend at Razorback Camper Sales. Again, the Boat and RV Show in Hot Springs. When we come back, there was a cool video that the Arkansas football account put out yesterday of KJ Jefferson. A couple people slept on him heading into the season, including myself. What can he do for this football program in 2022?
Streaming live from HitThatLine.com.
This is former Razorback Chris Gregg, and you're listening to The Morning Rush.
Day 209 on the island. there is still no rescue in sight. I long for the simple comforts of home. The leather seats, the spacious interior, the 12.3-inch touchscreen display, and of course, the panoramic moonroof. If I could only gaze through it one more time.
Jerry!
What?
Stop talking about your Highlander and help me with the raft!
Frank seems more agitated than normal lately. Could it possibly be because he, too, misses my Toyota Highlander?
No, Jerry! It's not because I miss your Highlander. And stop acting like I can't hear you!
Yes, that must be it. Comparing his sad raft to my sleek-looking Highlander has finally broken him.
Just stop.
Experience the unforgettable 2022 Toyota Highlander for yourself. Visit your local dealer or go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. See packages and options at Toyota.com for feature availability.
The temperatures may be cooling down, but at Wheels RV in Northwest Arkansas, the deals are still red hot. Whether you are enjoying one of over 50 state parks or tailgating with your favorite team, Wheels has the right RV to help you enjoy fall in the natural state. And at Wheels RV, every new unit comes with a lifetime warranty. So get out to Wheels and see why they were voted best RV dealership in Northwest Arkansas. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
It is here. Fast, reliable internet from Wave Rural Connect. Cedarville, Uniontown, Natural Dam, and surrounding areas get fast fiber internet, TV, and phone service from a local provider you can trust based in Ozark, Arkansas. Internet starts at $49.95 a month, TV at $43.99, and phone at $29.95. Order now at signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372. Do it now. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
Did you know that sometimes roof damage goes unnoticed? Have you seen a few houses in your neighborhood get new roofs in the past couple of years? It could be that your roof has damage. Brothers Roofing and Restoration is a properly licensed and insured local roofing contractor in Arkansas. Brother Alexander has over 25 years of experience in home insurance adjusting and residential roofing. Let Brother come do a free inspection of your roof. He'll give you a complete analysis of your roof and work with your insurance company if it needs to be replaced. So call 479-353-3877 to arrange a time for Brother to inspect your roof.
Riley Farm Dental, at the entrance to Riley Farms, provides every type of dental care and procedures for you and your family. From general dentistry, braces, implants, and cosmetics, Dr. Bo Sparkman and Dr. Brogan give all of their patients better lives with a better smile, more confidence, and a comfortable experience every time. Riley Farm Dental, 5901 Riley Park Drive, Suite A, at the entrance to Riley Farms. Call 226-3500 for an appointment or visit RileyFarmDental.com.
At Frank Rowe Furniture in February, already marked down low sale prices plus no sales tax. That's right, you heard it right. A sale plus no sales tax. For instance, a recliner regular $6.99, sale price $5.99. With no sales tax, $5.39. That's a savings of $160. Frank Rowe Furniture offers in-store no credit check financing, SNAP, and ASEMA financing. Frank Rowe Furniture, 405 4th Street, Barling, Arkansas. Best seats in the house.
When you want beer, you go to a bar. When you want top shelf spirits, wines, handcrafted cocktails, and cigars, in an atmosphere benefiting a destination, you go to 906 Cocktail and Cigar Lounge. Try our new menu items including fish and chips, classic club sandwiches, Caesar and Cobb salads, or stick to your favorites, dine in or carry out. Enjoy our state-of-the-art air filtration system. 906 Cocktail and Cigar Lounge, defining nightlife in downtown Fort Smith. Doors open at 4 Tuesday through Saturday.
Hey, this is Jeff, and I've been a patient of Marcy McKinney Dentistry for almost 20 years. Marcy and her staff have become like family, and I've recommended them to everyone I know.
I'm Betty, and I've been going to Marcy for 15 years. Marcy and her staff are always responsive to our needs. Biannual checkups, fillings, crowns, partials, and my 10-year-old doesn't fight going to the dentist.
If you're looking for a great dentist, call Marcy McKinney Family Dentistry for an appointment today at 494-7600. That's 494-7600.
Hi folks, matchmaker Larry Rath here with a sweetheart of a deal from Rath Auto Resources. I'm on a mission to help you find the nicer, newer car of your dreams. So if the thrill is gone with your old ride, come see the best selection of Rath road-ready vehicles we've had in over 2 years. Each one hand-picked and reconditioned in our Meineke Car Care Center. Just find the one you love the best and let our friendly, non-commissioned solution specialists do the rest. With discounts up to $4,100 below retail and the highest trade-in values ever, you'll be head over heels for the with deals, too. Going to make it work with the car you have? Let us give it the attention it deserves in our Meineke Car Care Center with a free winter-ready inspection, half-off brakes, and buy 3, get 1 free on all tires. But hurry, this deal will be over quicker than your first crush. Start driving better today in a nicer, newer car you love from Arkansas's favorite used car dealer, Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, or online, rathauto.com.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Good morning to the Morning Rush, everybody.
Note crosses Ellis over, drives left side of the lane, gets to the rim. What a reverse layup. Wow, what a move by Note.
Watch the Morning Rush on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. Just search Hit That Line.
We'll talk more Arkansas basketball and Razorback baseball coming up. It is opening day inside of Baum Walker Stadium. But we hadn't talked football in a while, and I do want to talk about KJ Jefferson here a little bit. The Razorback football team put a hype video out yesterday, and I don't want you to forget about QB1, which I don't think you will, but maybe some people outside of the state will. Do that in just a sec.
Sorry. The bloodline of any modern business is its computers. Can you imagine, Ty, if our computers
on the fritz
didn't work? I mean, it would just be impossible to do anything here. Who takes care of all of that at your office, at your business? Who takes care of the data storage, your cloud, your supporting hardware, malware, takes care of all the cybersecurity. Hashtag Managed IT Services that does exactly that. So if you're looking for someone that can be kind of a one-stop shop for everything, Hashtag's built us new computers. They've taken care of routers, VPNs, and so much more, and they can do the same for your business. 479-802-4978. That's 802-4978. Hashtag technology without the headaches.
It's a really cool hype video. I'd encourage you to watch it as well, but let's at least listen to it a little bit this morning.
KJ Jefferson's another quarterback that I know a lot of Arkansas fans are very excited about.
KJ Jefferson, big, strong, fast, but he's the emotional leader of this team.
It's the three-man rush. Jefferson gets away. Now Jefferson going to try to run for it, and he'll get it.
You want to talk about video game numbers?
That's the first quarterback in Arkansas school history to be responsible for 3 passing and 3 rushing touchdowns in the same game.
KJ Jefferson with a little bit of prime Cam Newton back in the day. Touchdown, Arkansas! Jefferson gets out of trouble again. Throws on the run, wide open! It's Dominic Johnson and an Arkansas touchdown!
KJ Jefferson's not coming down with one defender. He's a tank in the backfield. Spinning out of tackles, running through people.
KJ to throw, plenty of time, deep down the middle of the field at the goal line. Complete, touchdown Arkansas! Jefferson keeps it himself and gets in! How about KJ?
Let's hear it one more time for our MVP, KJ Jefferson!
Do you have a favorite KJ moment from last season? Specific play, specific instant. It didn't necessarily have to be a touchdown. There's so many to choose from that he just made a play. My personally is the one he made in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, where he could have gotten sacked not once but twice, found Dominique Johnson wide open, and they scored their lone offensive touchdown in the game. Now, there's plenty from the Ole Miss game. There's plenty from the Alabama game. I mean, you could go on and on, but when you go into Death Valley and make a play like that, that stands out to me.
The willingness to run the ball and to take the punishment, probably one of them, particularly middle of the year to later in the year when he kind of – I just love it when he stands there with his feet set in the pocket like a statue, almost, like Big Ben or somebody. Just kind of doesn't have to dance and move around and just fires that ball downfield. He is a very good downfield passer. So probably one of those deep balls, pick one of the handful you had to Burks or somebody like that in the middle of the year. But I wish there had been one more play. You bring up the Ole Miss game. I wish that was one more play we could highlight would be that 2-point conversion.
It was so close to an Arkansas
Think about
win.
what difference that makes in how you define this season.
Mm-hmm. And he made a gutsy throw with 1 second on the clock to Warren Thompson to put them within 1 point. And Sam Pittman made the right decision to go for 2, and they just didn't convert on it. But, yeah, that was a really fun football game. And I've seen rankings. I just saw a ranking recently. Trey Wallace Outkick had it. He has KJ at number 5 in the SEC quarterback list, which I think is a little low. I am okay with putting him anywhere from 2 to 4. I think some Arkansas fans would be frustrated to see him at 4. I think some would think it's a little high to have him at 2, but I think that's probably the range that he needs to be in with SEC rankings because he is just so versatile. You look at, and you ask SEC defensive coordinators, you hear it every single time prior to them playing Arkansas, is they're so concerned about the plays that KJ can make with his legs, and not just running the football, but I'm talking about standing in the pocket and making a play and then making a throw after avoiding a rush like he did against the LSU Tigers. And for the upcoming defensive coordinators in this league, for DJ Durkin at Texas A&M, for Pete Golding at Alabama, and some of the other guys that he's going to battle against this upcoming season, they've got a lot more game tape on him now, so I'm curious how KJ responds to that, what he'll get better at. We saw his accuracy improve mightily down the stretch, but we're a little less than 200 days out from the first Razorback football game, and they need to keep pumping KJ in every single article, every single thing. If you're Arkansas, he needs to be at SEC Media Days. He needs to be front and center for this Razorback football program because I think he's a good representative of your university.
Well, and I was just looking up the stats from the bowl game here, and I don't know why it's not easily popping up. I guess I should search it different. But, just the way, knowing he didn't have Burks in that game and the way he just kind of took over the offense and the way he played. Now, he threw some interceptions. There was some rust. So I remember I was just looking for some exact numbers.
I think he was 15 for 19.
Just got it pulled. 14 and 19, 90 yards, but 20 rushes for 110. I mean, he carried the team that day when he didn't have his big playmaker at wide receiver. So where he can end up at the end of the year, can he get to New York? I mean, again, I keep coming back. I want to pump the brakes a little bit on Heisman talk because I think you're not in that conversation yet. You got to have a team that can win at least 9, and probably at Arkansas you need to be in the 10-plus regular season win range. Don't have to necessarily make it to Atlanta. You don't have to win the West, but you better have a couple of signature wins, and you probably ought to total 10 wins to even get your guy in the conversation. So that's with this schedule and knowing what's on it, that's why I pump the brakes a little bit on that.
When would you be willing to dip your toes in the water? They started out 4-0. They beat Alabama and Bryce Young, the former Heisman winner. When were you willing to say, you know what, this is actually a realistic possibility that your starting quarterback, KJ Jefferson, can win the Heisman Trophy? They go Cincinnati, South Carolina, Missouri State, A&M, Alabama, and you're going to have to tell me the rest.
At Mississippi State, BYU, Auburn, Liberty, LSU. So, I mean, I think probably what you've got to do, that A&M, Alabama back-to-back, now Arlington and Fayetteville, first of all, you got to be 3-0 to even be in the conversation, right? You can't lose to Cincinnati, South Carolina, or Missouri State and probably get yourself into the conversation. You have to beat one or both of A&M. I think you have to beat A&M and Alabama to legitimate, and he has to have great games against those two to legitimately get into that conversation. That's where I think he's at. Hey, brought to you by World of Wireless, 877-305-DISH. Call WOW now. Get signed up for this weekend. It's a free weekend with a $100 Visa gift card and installation before the weekend's up. Get ready for all your favorite sports this spring with Dish from World of Wireless, 877-305-DISH.
Streaming live from hitthatline.com.
Hey everybody, this is Justin Moore, and you're listening to The Morning Rush. Woo pig.
Standard Materials Group has immediate openings for ready-mix drivers. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
Now that's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, Sakhalin.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse.
Some serious crappie.
Nice speck.
We got puppies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite. White perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
The phrase in dire straits originated in the 1400s from sailors having to carefully navigate their vessels through narrow passages to avoid a shipwreck. So Far Away from Dire Straits is a song lamenting the struggle of a long-distance relationship over the phone. Mark Knopfler said, "It's a joke. It can't really be done over a long period of time because you both get exhausted with it. Sin has put us in dire straits with God, and that's why He feels so far away." Jesus said the passage to God is a narrow way, and He promised when He went so far away, the Holy Spirit would be here to stay. This isn't some hunch or intuition, but a conviction navigating you to God's holy word. When you have a real relationship with God, you have the person of the Spirit living inside you, guiding your walk of life every step of the way. Don't trust your feelings. Look up John chapter 16 and see if it sends you reeling. I'm Pastor Heath from Woodland. Read about it.
Football might be over this season, but basketball is in full steam for both pros and college hoops. For all the latest odds, totals, player performance props, to where the next fired coach is going to land, BetOnline is the #1 spot for all your sports betting needs. Head over to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Use our promo code BELIEVE to get started. That's promo code BLEAV. And it's not just basketball. BetOnline is your source for hockey, boxing, and UFC odds, right to the Olympic coverage, is the best in the business. From sports right down to your favorite Vegas casino games, BetOnline is your #1 online wagering destination. BetOnline, the fastest and easiest way to wager on all your favorite sports and play your favorite games. BetOnline, where the game starts.
Ball in this segment. Dave Van Horn is 24-0 in games played during the first weekend of the regular season. He doesn't lose, especially in Baum Walker Stadium at this part of the year. You got Illinois State coming up today and this weekend. Want to talk about that, and then a big game in Bud Walton Arena tomorrow when Tennessee, the number 16 in the country, comes to town.
Our good friend Bruce Stanton from Pradco Fishing, I don't think he'll be torn. He's from Tennessee. He's a big Vols fan. He was there for the Kentucky win. Hey, that'll kind of tell you how our conversation with him is going to go on Tuesday. What happens tomorrow? If you're headed to the White River this weekend, maybe you're headed to Table Rock or Beaver or Ouachita, take along the Smithwick Original Suspending Rattling Rogue. Whether you're looking for that big bass or that trophy brown on the white, it will help you catch them. You can use it in extremely slow or heavy currents. The Rogue will suspend and stay in the strike zone longer, allowing you to catch more fish. You can find it at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Academy, LureNet.com, and tackle shops all over the place. The Smithwick Original Suspending Rattling Rogue.
Yeah, it's a great weekend for Razorback sports, and I'm really excited about it. I hope a lot of y'all are making the trip either to Baum Walker Stadium or Bud Walton Arena, because it's going to be a fun time on campus this weekend. And Tommy, when these coincide for the little, because what is the stretch of Arkansas basketball and baseball, Tommy? So you've got it starting today, February the 18th, and it will go through at least, what is their final home game? It's the LSU game, the Wednesday, the second. I think that's right. So there's, 2.5 weeks where you get two and a half weeks where you get both Arkansas baseball and Arkansas basketball on campus. That's I know for a lot of people that's a good time to be kind of immersed in Razorback sports.
Yep, and a little crossover time. So, kind of like end of November, where you still may have a few home games at the end of November. Clay, are you there? Okay, Clay was going to jump in early. I didn't hear him up. A big game tomorrow. Obviously, the buzz is going to be around Bud Walton Arena. I know baseball's opening and people are excited about that, but until the basketball run is over, it is not going. I don't think the page will turn with the majority of the fan base to where it becomes baseball season. And they'll start picking up the names and learning the rotations and figuring out who's in the field at what spots. Yeah, we've talked about it, and those that are a little more hardcore are all in on it, but the average fan kind of follows with the seasons. And I don't think until you get to hopefully late March, early April, that they're really turning the page to baseball season.
Yeah, because even in the midst of when Arkansas does lose in the NCAA tournament, which we'd love them to get all the way to April in the Final Four. Don't know if that's going to happen this year, but people are still sucked into March Madness and what's going on within college basketball. And then after the national championship, again, a lot of people start to turn the page there and then really get sucked into Razorback baseball. I think basketball gets a little more of the audience's attention, Tommy, during football season, just a little. It's still not a ton, but you do have a good chunk of fans that will start to kind of watch more Razorback basketball in the non-conference and then get a sense. But I think it's kind of less on that with baseball.
I think Clay's with us now. He's joined us a little early. He's got to step out a little bit early today. Clay, are you there? Okay. I think I can hear him. We have it. I thought we had. I can hear it in the background.
I'm here.
Okay, there you are. Hey, what do you expect the atmosphere to be tomorrow? I mean, obviously it's going to be a full house for Tennessee. I mean, I don't think there's going to be many tickets to be had outside the arena, but Muss was talking earlier about this superseding and topping that atmosphere that they had with Auburn. I find that hard to believe. The game's going to have to live up to that in order for that to happen.
Tommy, I think that's the way it usually works. Yeah. The crowd will come along with the team, and if they come out, and with a hot start or have Tennessee on their heels, then I think that can happen. But it's it is something that'll build through the day, through the first part of the game and then into halftime.
Yeah, I think watching early how Note stays out of foul trouble or gets into foul trouble. We've seen that in the last couple of games, the difference when he stays out like he did at Missouri versus the previous weekend at Alabama where he picked up 2 fouls early. We know about Jalen Williams' importance. What's early? I mean, how they deal with Fulkerson, the offensive rebounds, those are some things I'm looking for as early keys. Clay, what has to happen in the first 8 minutes of this game?
Yeah, I think you come out and you're locked in defense. Tennessee has been up and down their ability to score this year. They had their Auburn game this week, with against Kentucky, and that's been their rivalry game forever and ever. Kentucky-Tennessee basketball is a big deal. Tennessee, kind of comes and goes as a basketball power in the SEC. And when they've had good players, they've had some fun games with Kentucky. And they were up and away, and you're kind of catching them at the right time, just the way Alabama caught Arkansas at the right time. Because just imagine where we would be now if we beat Kentucky, 4 days ago or whatever it was, in that kind of an atmosphere, and be a little flat. And I think Arkansas is catching them at the right time. But the atmosphere always, in basketball goes with the way the team plays, because they're ready. The fans are ready every time.
I think one of the guys that stepped up as of late has been Stanley Amude. And it was weird because
no question.
Tommy and I were talking about this, Clay, that Stanley's better play has not just been the SEC but on the road. And I know Jalen was talking about that a little bit earlier on Wednesday. Here's what Jalen had to say about Stanley, not just hitting the three ball, but stepping up on both ends of the floor.
So we all knew that Stan could do this. We just been kind of waiting for him to do it. And Stan's confidence at an all-time high. He's shooting the three at a really good volume, and he's making them. So when Stan wants to shoot the three, we're going to let Stan shoot the three as long as he's making them. So we all believe in Stan's three-pointer. We believe in Stan's post-up game. We believe in Stan in general. And really something that's going that's just cruising by. Stan's defense has gotten really better for the team. Like his team defense, just individual defense, really, that's been really great for us too. So Stan's just been playing really great basketball overall.
Clay, your colleague Scotty Bordelon, Whole Hog in Arkansas Democrat Gazette, he wrote a really good piece on Jalen's passing from the three that I read earlier this week, and what Stanley's talked about that he likes receiving passes from Jalen. But I think, man, he's found that left spot on the side of the floor, both the post-up game and the three-point line. That seems to be his sweet spot.
Yeah, it sure is. The analytics prove it too. And he can get his shot when their defense is on him. When I mean that is that he will raise up, a hand in his face, and he's still pure. That 10-footer, I mean, he's in that little cup area. Boy, he's even with two guys there, he's gonna fall away. He's gonna get his shot, and it's pure. The baseline area, that's been great, and really all the way out on the wing. And sometimes he's a couple of steps from the line, and that's been pure. Yeah. So he's a guy that doesn't need a lot of shots to get 20 points either, because his percentage has been pretty high.
We saw this at Alabama a little bit last week till he got in trouble. But J.D. Notae's ability to dribble, penetrate, get to the rim caused Alabama some, Missouri a little bit the other night to crash in on him and kind of sink in to the lane, Clay, opening up. No, someone like Moody said. That may be the key is, can Notae find some creases to get in the lane, draw that extra defender off, and give Moody a little more open look?
It seems like the defenses have been set to stop J.D. and Jalen. And the pick and roll action has you're right, just the sometimes when he's dribbling around, somebody will sink off. But also the pick and roll. And there's been, Moody's guy's the one that's been sloughing off, and I mean, if that happens, boy, they know, get it to him.
Now with Fulkerson and some more size inside to protect the rim, maybe Tennessee and Rick Barnes won't feel like they have to leave their man as much, but they've got a little more rim protection just based on size, I would think.
Yeah, the defense for both sides is really terrific, and I think it could be one of those games where there's stretches where neither team can score, and you're looking to see when you get in bonus situations so you can get a few points. But this is a Rick Barnes teams are always heavy on the defense. They work so hard on defense that it seems to make their offense suffer. And I think that sometimes we don't realize that for Arkansas, that there are guys that are pressing so hard on defense that they don't have quite the energy on offense, and that's normal for that type of team. I think if you go back and you remember, Lee Mayberry at times was working so hard defensively that he didn't try to score. In his senior year, he realized that he needed to step up and score a little bit. But I think for a couple of years there, he was just focusing on defense and stopping the other team's guard. And, that takes away from your offense. And so I think that you see, and I know there are times when you think, well, Note's just kind of staying out there. He's not doing anything with it. Well, I think he's resting for 5 seconds and letting his teammates rest, make the other team work on defense a little bit.
Yeah. The fans appreciate defense. I think back when Nolan was here and you were trapping and you could play belly to belly.
Saw it more.
It was a little more prevalent because it was literally more in your face. I mean, with today's rules and the lack of or the reduction of physicality in the game, I don't know that fans appreciate defense like we did 25 years ago.
Yeah, in Nolan's teams, the guards were slicing you up. I mean, literally, your arms were bloody because they're reaching in and just kind of butchering you. And Sutton's defense played with their hands too, but it was
different game today.
Yeah, they took more charges and clogged the lane. You didn't have to worry about the 3-point shot because there wasn't one. And but yeah, I think we're going to see a defensive game Saturday. Whichever team can find a little offense might spurt away. And we've heard about Eric talking about spurt ability, and you might need 2 of those in this game because of the way Tennessee's offense a lot of times is off their defense. So take care of the ball, live ball turnovers, and don't give up anything easy. And I think that was a key part of the Arkansas-Missouri game. They got the live ball turnovers and kind of spurted away.
And Ty, I think for Tennessee it's more important than Arkansas because if Note is stealing the ball and they're getting a runaway dunk, what's the building? The roof's going to come off.
No, 100%.
So that's big for Tennessee to not let that happen.
What Arkansas needs to do is what Eric Musselman said on Wednesday. When Note or Amude or Audis get by their defender, whether it's Vescovi, Chandler, Ziegler, some of the other guys, they're smaller guards, so they come up behind you and try to tip the ball out. They need to keep the ball as close to their chest as possible. And, Clay, you were talking about their defense. Guys, Arkansas has a really good defense. They're in the top 20 at 18th in adjusted efficiency. Clay, Tennessee is at 4. So this defense that you are going up against on Saturday
could be an ugly game.
It's tough. So it could be. Hopefully there'll be some free throws where Arkansas can get to the line where they are able to have success against Auburn.
Yeah, when you're talking about the crowd, I think that when you say, "Hey, we're going to do this," it's going to be a red out or a white out. I think it's kind of a little notation. We want y'all to bring it. We want this kind of atmosphere. We're trying to set the stage for something impressive. And so I think the fans will do their part, but I also think it's incumbent upon the team to really play well at the start of the game, and then the atmosphere will go to up, and away.
Yeah, because to me, and y'all tell me if I'm wrong with this game controls how the Kentucky game is going to go as far as atmosphere, crowd, ticket demand, all of those. I mean, Kentucky will be big, but
it's still going to be big.
It's going to be big, but you win this one, and go to Florida and win. I think you exponentially make the Kentucky atmosphere one of the all-time great days at Bud Walton Arena. You just take some of the shine off next weekend if you don't win this weekend.
If you win most of these games as we're finishing up the season, all these real high-value games, quad one strength games, I think the fans know, okay, this is setting up the tournament. I mean, and this is the fun thing that we've been missing in Arkansas. We got it back last year, where you start to calculate, all right, this game is worth this. We're going to go to a 4 seed. This game means this. Maybe now that they've won 3 in a row in this stretch, are we going to get a 3 seed? That's what we're talking about. Boy, isn't it fun? Yeah. I mean, we didn't have it for years, guys. We did talk radio. For 20 years where, okay, it's baseball season or it's spring football. But we're talking about the Razorback basketball team now, and it's great.
And games that count, what was it you were saying yesterday? You only had 2 top 25 matchups in 20 years. You've had 2
one last year.
One last or in the decades.
Bama.
So, I mean, it's games of consequence as well, and that's what you got as a.
And you got another one next week.
That's right. So, hey, brought to you by APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group. They have immediate openings for ready-mix drivers in Northwest Arkansas, at their Harrison location, and in Fort Smith as well. So they're looking for folks with CDL license without an automatic restriction that want to be home at night, want to work with a great company that offers great pay, benefits, a team environment, big sign-on bonus, profit sharing, great benefits, and more. If you're looking for a new opportunity or a new place to work, go to jobs.crh.com and apply today. Again, that's jobs.crh.com. APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group, they are equal opportunity employers.
Clay, I don't know if you were either in the press conference via Zoom or you got a chance to listen to Dave's yesterday. I know that he talked about Connor Nolan being the Friday guy, and they're trying to still figure out and patch together who their third guy is going to be on Sunday. I wonder if that's still a position a lot of fans have questioned about. I wonder from your perspective what you think about the pitching staff in 2022.
Yeah, I think they got a lot of talent. They don't have a lot of experience, and I think they're going to, in the way they did it last year and the way Matt Hobbs has talked about it before, a lot of guys in the first 3 weeks are going to get chances. They're going to get a chance to stamp themselves in a role. And if they play well, they'll get it again. And it'll just kind of, rolling stone down the hill and pick up momentum as they go. And I've seen that happen so many times. They have the talent, but if somebody stumbles, maybe they get another chance, but it might not be quite in that role. I think Jackson Wiggins has got an immense talent, and I think he'll be the third starter this week. And he can take it and run with it. But if he doesn't throw strikes or he hits batters or he throws wild pitches, that maybe his role, drops back to where maybe he's a midweek starter. He's got the kind of talent that you want to give him some opportunities. The guy to watch out for is Hagen Smith. He might be the best pitcher on the staff, a left-hander, just a terrific talent. He's a polished pitcher, throws strikes, has different pitches. He may be the best freshman left-hander that they've had since Nick Smith.
Where's the power going to come from? Last year we saw Charlie Welch come in and come in off the bench, pinch hit, DH, and hit some home run. I think he in 67 at bats, he had 26 hits last year. Brady Slavens, Robert Moore, all at the top of the batting averages. Where's the power coming from in the lineup this year?
They really have a lot, Tommy. They set the school record with 109 home runs. I think they'll beat it this year. Now, they get a lot of games where the wind's blowing in. That can happen. I can remember some really crazy weather days in a row, just a streak of them where the wind's screaming in from right field. But Chris Lanzelli, transfer from Wake Forest, is just terrific. Big bat. He'll hit home runs, probably double digit. And then Jake Bofrin, I hope I said that right. I think we're all going to struggle with that.
We're all going to learn together.
Oklahoma transfer, and he is another one that can hit in the heart of the lineup. Michael Turner, catcher. I think he's got all the defensive skills, career 300 hitter in the MAC. That's not the SEC, but he's still shown a lot of power. I think he may hit fourth. So, you're not even talking much about a guy that may hit cleanup for this team.
You had 6 guys had 11 home runs or more last year.
Yeah, and so I think they're going to have the power.
A few of those are back.
Yeah, and Robert Moore, one of the things to watch for him, can he hit from the right side the way he hits from the left side? Because his numbers were really skewed to the left side, and he's really worked hard on that and cut down strikeouts for Wallace and Slavens. Those are the key things to kind of watch to see if they've taken the next step.
Yeah. We were talking about Welch from last year.
Welch was terrific.
He had 8 home runs. A lot of them were timely, but 8 and 67 at bats is pretty phenomenal. He didn't lead the team by any stretch. There was, like I said, 6 guys with 11 or more, but the timeliness of his, I think his are more memorable for a lot of reasons.
Oh, they were, Tommy. Yeah.
But you had you got your home run leader from last year, Robert Moore, back, so that's big. Hit 16.
It's kind of interesting when you talk about the atmosphere in the crowd. you're not going to have the atmosphere for the Illinois State game, but there's going to be a lot of people there still. But the Charlie, my daughter lived about, this is two different daughters. One lived about 7 miles from Palm Walker Stadium, just north of Dixon Street. And she was in her apartment, and she heard the Charlie Welch home run. And so other daughter is telling me that she was home for the Auburn game, and she heard the roar. She's watching it on TV, and she heard the roar on Devo's dunk in her house about 6 miles away. Is that not? That is just insane, the amount of noise that came out of those two facilities.
Bud Walton, because it's kind of built. I mean, if you look at it, it's built in a bunker, more or less, dug down in the ground. So.
Yep. Well, so get ready for some roars this weekend. Basketball, baseball, the whole works. Yep.
I think they'll have we got to remember, north of 5,000 is a pretty good crowd for February baseball. I think they'll have, I think, easily over 5,000.
The weather's better, what you mentioned earlier.
Weather, and it's going to improve as the weekend goes on.
Yeah, I think Sunday's the best day, right?
Yeah, so we'll give away some tickets here in just a minute before we get out of here. I got some tickets for each day. We'll give away a pair for Friday. If you can go, don't call if you can't go. We'll transfer them to you electronically, but we'll give away some tickets here in just a minute and kind of get some people ready for baseball season, because tickets are not going to be easy to come by for a lot of these. Nope. It's sold out as usual, but it's in a different way. The donation levels changed, and it's just going to have a little bit different feel, I think, Clay, because fans are going to be in different spots. I know my tickets are in a different spot than they've been. There's still good seats, but move down the line, I think people are going to have to kind of reacclimate at the ballpark this year.
Yeah, I still think that people will be, selling tickets, and they're not going to have tight sellouts for these games. I mean, they're sold out, don't get me wrong, but it's not going to be a hard ticket. There'll be tickets available, and I think they still sell those tickets that are right behind the bullpen. There's like 200 that go on sale the day of the game. So if you get there early, I think you can get a ticket.
Where else
you might get a good one.
Where else in the country is there a true secondary ticket market for college baseball?
Nowhere.
I mean,
nowhere.
You could actually sell a ticket. You may not get a ton of money, but you may get face value. Everywhere else in the country, they're just hoping to give them to somebody that somebody will go.
Mississippi State this year, after winning the national championship, that place will be a little different. They've got a great park too, and their tickets are hard to come by this year. We'll see if it holds up. Their team stays consistent, like Arkansas has.
Yeah. All right, let's give away a pair of tickets for today's game. Give us a call. Drew will take your name. Caller, pick a number here. 4. Bat and cleanup. Caller number 4. If you can go to the game Friday, give Drew your information. All we need is your mobile number. We'll get you some tickets for today's game for Arkansas season opener. 2 tickets. All right, Burton Pools and Spas will help you design the backyard of your dreams. If you are looking for an in-ground pool, you can save $5,000 right now, plus get a free upgrade to a saltwater system through the end of the month. So you get about 10 more days. Go to Burton Pools and Spas, Springdale and in Fort Smith, and online at burtonpools.com to get more details on the backyard of your dreams from Burton Pools and Spas. Burton Pools and Spas, Springdale and in Fort Smith.
I think Clay's going to like this clip from Mike Leach when we come back, him bashing Texas. I think a lot of y'all will like it too. We'll get to it next.
Day 209 on the island. There is still no rescue in sight. I long for the simple comforts of home. The leather seats, the spacious interior, the 12.3-inch touchscreen display, and of course, the panoramic moonroof. If I could only gaze through it one more time.
Jerry!
What?
Stop talking about your Highlander and help me with the raft!
Frank seems more agitated than normal lately. Could it possibly be because he, too, misses my Toyota Highlander?
No, Jerry! It's not because I miss your Highlander. And stop acting like I can't hear you!
Yes, that must be it. Comparing his sad raft to my sleek-looking Highlander has finally broken him.
Just stop.
Experience the unforgettable 2022 Toyota Highlander for yourself. Visit your local dealer or go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. See packages and options at Toyota.com for feature availability.
The temperatures may be cooling down, but at Wheels RV in Northwest Arkansas, the deals are still red hot. Whether you are enjoying one of over 50 state parks or tailgating with your favorite team, Wheels has the right RV to help you enjoy fall in the natural state. And at Wheels RV, every new unit comes with a lifetime warranty. So get out to Wheels and see why they were voted best RV dealership in Northwest Arkansas. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Farm Credit has been a trusted friend for over 100 years. They are ag financing experts. So whether you're a longtime farmer, new to farming, or buying your dream home or land in the country, their experienced staff has a plan to fit your goals, needs, and your bottom line. From farms to land, livestock, equipment, and more, Farm Credit finances it all. Learn more at myaglender.com. Farm Credit is an equal opportunity lender.
When you want beer, you go to a bar. When you want top shelf spirits, wines, handcrafted cocktails, and cigars in an atmosphere benefiting a destination, you go to 906 Cocktail and Cigar Lounge. Try our new menu items including fish and chips, classic club sandwiches, Caesar and Cobb salads, or stick to your favorites, dine in or carry out. Enjoy our state-of-the-art air filtration system. 906 Cocktail and Cigar Lounge, defining nightlife in downtown Fort Smith. Doors open at 4 Tuesday through Saturday.
Live here at Randall Ford, 5500 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. Billy, you guys have roughly about 200 pre-owned vehicles on the lot. With every single one of your pre-owns, it's a 150-point safety inspection.
And if they don't pass inspection, they don't get out on our used lot. So they're top-notch, some of the nicest cars in the area.
Come by and see us again, Randall Ford, 5500 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. You can always check us out online at randallford.com.
Did you invest in real estate only to find out that real estate takes up too much of your time? If you answered yes, then it's time to make a call to the experts. With more than 30 years of combined property management experience and more than 16,000 units managed, Trinity Multifamily are the ones to call. Get your life back. Call Trinity Multifamily at 479-452-1817 or online at trinitymultifamily.com. Trinity Multifamily, your teammate in the real estate game.
Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer opens like every other seltzer, pours like every other seltzer, but it's not like every other seltzer. USDA certified organic, no added sugar, and low cal, so you've never seen another seltzer quite like it. And with new refreshing flavors like black cherry and watermelon strawberry, you've never tasted one like it either. Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer, as real as it tastes. Enjoy responsibly, not a low-calorie food. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer, IRC Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Spring crappie season is not far away, and Jelco Outdoors is stocked up on all the fishing gear you need for the spring season. Timmy Tom jigs, Redneck Rubber, and Bobby Garland baits, K9 fishing line, Todd Huckabee rods, Shimano, Luz, Zebco, and Abu Garcia reels. Just arrived, the all-new JB3 American-made rods. Get ready for spring fishing at Jelco Outdoors, your store for work and the great outdoors. Shop local. Shop Jelco Outdoors, 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith.
Hi folks, Matchmaker Larry Rath here with a sweetheart of a deal from Rath Auto Resources. I'm on a mission to help you find the nicer, newer car of your dreams. So if the thrill is gone with your old ride, come see the best selection of Rath Road Ready vehicles we've had in over 2 years. Each one hand-picked and reconditioned in our Meineke Car Care Center. Just find the one you love the best and let our friendly, non-commissioned solution specialists do the rest. With discounts up to $4,100 below retail and the highest trade-in values ever, you'll be head over heels for the deals too. Gonna make it work with the car you have? Let us give it the attention it deserves in our Meineke Car Care Center with a free winter-ready inspection, half-off brakes, and buy 3 get 1 free on all tires. But hurry, this deal will be over quicker than your first crush. Start driving better today in a nicer, newer car you love from Arkansas's favorite used car dealer, Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, or online, rathauto.com.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, lots of sunshine. Our high today in the lower 50s, mainly clear, won't be as cold tonight. And overnight low upper 20s. Sunny skies on Saturday, mid-50s north, closer to 60 south. And Sunday, we're looking at more sunshine, highs in the 60s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
Weather is brought to you by Ramos Roofing, specializing in all roofing needs. 479-420-9903.
You're listening to The Morning Rush, live from the Busch Light Studios on ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris Sportsman.
Puts it up. Wow! What a finish! Bobby Portis, the magic man, arrives just in time. The tip-in at zeros on the clock. A thundercloud over Fayetteville. It comes in the form of a rocking Bud Walton Arena as Bobby Portis caps an absolute thriller.
Hey, this is Darren McFadden. You're listening to The Morning Rush.
Live from the Busch Light Studios.
People who really want to have a good time won't come to a slaughterhouse. And we've got entirely too many troublemakers here.
On your favorite Arkansas sports talk station.
I don't like you because you're dangerous. That's right. I am dangerous.
Streaming live from
HitThatLine.com.
I hit the 7-iron like John Davis was 3.
This is The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson.
You just got to keep living, man.
And Tommy Kraft.
We follow orders or people die. Are we clear?
The Morning Rush starts right now.
Yes,
It is hour number 2 of The Morning Rush on a fast break Friday. We talked a little Arkansas basketball, football, baseball last segment. We're going to talk some more Razorback basketball as they get ready to welcome a top 20 opponent in the Tennessee Vols tomorrow. You've got baseball being thrown out today, and I know Clay's going to like this. We've talked about cameos before on this show. Well, I don't know if it was a Tech fan or a Mississippi State fan. He got his buddy a Mike Leach cameo for his birthday, bashing the University of Texas. And it's pretty funny. I'll let you listen to it in just a sec.
Hey, if you're on the Hill or headed to the Hill this weekend, make a plan, whether it's for one of the baseball games or for the basketball game on Saturday, for a great pre- or post-game meal at Sassy's Red House on College and Sassy's Barbecue and Grill. It's just off the Weddington exit on Steamboat Drive. Award-winning smoked wings. The Morning Rush recommends the Sriracha, Honey Sriracha. Mm-hmm. They are awesome. The tender brisket, recommended by Clay. He always recommends brisket, pulled pork. They've got everything. Great sides. I can tell you the sweet potato tots might be the best side they have, but they got plenty to choose from. Sassy's Original Red House, again on North College, and you got Sassy's Barbecue and Grill on Steamboat Drive, just off the Weddington exit in Fayetteville.
Hey, Podoloff, this is Mike Leach reaching out from Aaron. Hey, he just wants me to reinforce a few points with you. The SEC isn't scared of a team that goes 5-7 in the Big 12. And then the other thing, I hear Texas loses every game that you attend, so I assume you were there in 2008 where Crabtree made the catch when Texas Tech played number 1 Texas. And the other, maybe you should skip the Kansas game this year so Texas can go to a bowl. Okay, and I'll tell you, just as a personal favor, if Texas moves into the SEC, I want to personally invite you to attend every game that Mississippi State plays Texas in, because I don't want to take any chances with this. So, hey, you could personally, at my invitation, come attend every game that Texas plays Mississippi State in. Because, listen, we need your help. We want your help. And you've got the magic touch. You've got the magic touch. Anybody that does 100%, Texas loses every time you attend. Hey, we need you there. Look, we got hot dogs. We got popcorn. We can get you to the beverage section, whatever you need. Anyway, Podoloff, Hail State.
There's sometimes that Mike Leach says stuff that doesn't make any sense or is disrespectful or something. But when it's disrespecting the burnt orange down there in Austin, Clay, you're completely okay with it, are you not?
Yeah, I mean, have at him.
You want to get to know this guy that causes Texas to lose every time he attends, right? We'll chip in on some season tickets for him.
Well, I think that's it's just a highlight of Mike Leach's time, what they did to Texas. And Texas was they plundered them. Isn't that what a pirate does? He plunders.
He made him walk the plank.
Yeah, he did.
Every time.
Yeah. Well, he's having fun, and he wants to move on from that last game, right? Yeah. From that Ole Miss game.
So is Sam? I don't know that is Sam Pittman on Cameo. I don't look on Cameo, but would you want Sam Pittman on Cameo to be available to deliver birthday greetings, anniversary greetings, whatever it is. Muss has done some, I know.
Muss doesn't do them in season. I don't think, I could be wrong, I don't think Sam Pittman is
Drew
on
says
there.
he's not.
Yeah,
So
I don't
Drew
believe
just looked
he's
it
on
up.
there. But
Do we want Sam Pittman on Cameo?
Dude, Coach Pittman's
he's pretty good, and his facial expressions are good, and that's what these cameos are about.
He said, so we were at the Auburn game this past Tuesday night, and he was there, got showed a couple times, and we're in the media bathroom. He walks out and says something. The whole place, I forget how funny he is, and because it's at times it's dry humor, and sometimes it's just overall funny, but he would be very entertaining to get 30 seconds to a minute of him talking about whatever you're talking about. I don't know if that's his style. Clay, you might not have a better feel of that. Is that something you think?
I think he's really got some dry humor to the way he operates. I think he'd be really good at that. I think somebody would need to tell him, hey, this is what this person's like, and I think he'd click into something. I think that bathroom deal is no handshakes, no autographs. And everybody just roared. You're in there in the bathroom, washing your hands, and so it's like no handshakes, no autographs. Yep. I've done a couple of cameos, believe it or not.
Oh, wow.
And I don't get many requests. Let's just put it that way.
I
did the ones that were asked to do. This wasn't like I was on some system. Just somebody asked, "Hey, would you record a video and send it to this number?" And I said, "Sure." And then it dawned on me. One of my daughters said, "You just did a cameo, Dad." And I was like, I guess I did.
I think my late grandpa Clay would have paid a lot of money. Now, he didn't have an iPhone. I think he had a flip phone before he passed, but I think he would have paid a lot of money to get an MP4 from Clay Henry back in the day. If I would have showed him to it, I think he would have fallen over in his chair to see that. But yeah, the cameos are funny and entertaining. It just depends. Whoever it is, you want someone to put effort and enthusiasm, like Mike Leach just did.
Yeah.
And I think
you want to get your money's worth.
Yeah.
I don't know. What's he charge? Probably a few $100s. I don't know. I imagine it's not tens of dollars.
It's probably in the $100 range. I paid $200 for my dad to get a Robert Griffin III cameo on his birthday, and Robert had a really cool he called him Baylor Brad and everything, and so my dad really liked that. But as long as the person, like you're saying, if you're going to pay $100 some odd for it, you want them to not just be like, hey, this is so and so. You want them to put some effort energy into it. But I thought that was pretty fun getting into the Texas stuff. Anytime you can bash Texas on this show, especially when Clay is on, it's you appreciate it. Now, you do pay another Orange team tomorrow. Clay, I think Tommy and I talked about this on Wednesday. There is still a hatred for Tennessee Volunteers football, especially what happened in the 90s. Do you feel that there's any crossover whatsoever between the basketball and I don't think Rick Barnes is a dislikable guy. Is there any crossover of Arkansas fans that hate Tennessee basketball too?
Well, so I think what you have to understand is that there are regional rivalries within our state. And if you go to South Arkansas and you talk about LSU, that gets their attention pretty quickly. And you go to some areas of Arkansas and they want to talk about Ole Miss. And then you go to some other areas that they have some dealings in Memphis with Tennessee people in business, and so Tennessee's a big game to them. And when the league first formed, Tennessee was an every year team in football, and I think it was in basketball, and I think it was thought to be that was going to be a nice rivalry, and then they switched things up pretty quickly and wanted to rotate the games a little more, so you had one less game, and that fell off, and I thought it was misguided. I thought Tennessee would have been a great every year game in football, but we just hadn't seen that.
Yeah.
But I think there's a collection of people that they really want to beat Tennessee. I mean, you go to your area, Tommy, and it's Oklahoma, right?
Yeah. And I can't wait for them to get in the league because
correct.
I think it's going to change the dynamics in Western Arkansas.
It's going to be a lot of fun. This morning, we're brought to you by Razorback Camper Sales. Spring camping season is here, and they have a huge selection of travel trailers, fifth wheels, and pop-ups. They also offer full prep and setup at no extra cost, so you can leave the lot and start camping immediately. You'll have access to the best parts and service department in the state, and it's the oldest family-owned RV dealer in Arkansas. They've been in business for over 50 years. It is show season, so go see them at the Boat and RV Show in Hot Springs, February 26th through the 27th. That's Razorback Camper Sales. When we come back, we'll hear more from Jalen Williams on this game, plus a special person in attendance tomorrow.
When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
Now that's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse.
Some serious crappie.
Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite. White perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
The phrase in dire straits originated in the 1400s from sailors having to carefully navigate their vessels through narrow passages to avoid a shipwreck. So Far Away from Dire Straits is a song lamenting the struggle of a long-distance relationship over the phone. Mark Knopfler said, "It's a joke. It can't really be done over a long period of time because you both get exhausted with it. Sin has put us in dire straits with God, and that's why he feels so far away." Jesus said the passage to God is a narrow way, and he promised when he went so far away, the Holy Spirit would be here to stay. This isn't some hunch or intuition, but a conviction navigating you to God's holy word. When you have a real relationship with God, you have the person of the Spirit living inside you, guiding your walk of life every step of the way. Don't trust your feelings. Look up John chapter 16 and see if it sends you reeling. I'm Pastor Heath from Woodland. Read about it.
Football might be over this season, but basketball is in full steam for both pros and college hoops. For all the latest odds, totals, player performance props, to where the next fired coach is going to land, BetOnline is the #1 spot for all your sports betting needs. Head over to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Use our promo code BELIEVE to get started. That's promo code BLEAV. And it's not just basketball. BetOnline is your source for hockey, boxing, and UFC odds, right to the Olympic coverage, is the best in the business. From sports right down to your favorite Vegas casino games, BetOnline is your #1 online wagering destination. BetOnline, the fastest and easiest way to wager on all your favorite sports and play your favorite games. BetOnline, where the game starts.
Check Facebook for daily specials. The Golf Nut, 5121 Towson Avenue in Fort Smith. Your #1 golf shop since 1994.
Needing your roof repaired? Ramos Roofing is a local company that has over 25 years of experience, specializing in your residential or commercial roofing needs in the Oklahoma area. Ramos Roofing, a company you can trust, offering discounts to senior citizens, law enforcement, or healthcare workers, and assists in your insurance claims. Ramos Roofing, standing behind their work so you can stand under it. Call 479-420-9903. That's 420-9903. Ramos Roofing, working with you to build a better home.
Ashley Air is a proud sponsor of Razorback Athletics. Heat up your home with a free furnace when you purchase a qualifying new system from Ashley Air. And till February 28th. Get no down payment, no interest for 72 months on qualifying systems. And the Ashley Air Quality Assurance Guarantee, their 12-year parts and labor warranty. Get a free furnace when you purchase a new system from Ashley Air. Just go to AshleyAir.com to schedule your appointment. That's AshleyAir.com.
Honey, I found a great new house for us to buy. Look at the photos.
Yeah? Who's gonna clean that big house?
We'll hire a housekeeper.
And who's gonna mow all that grass?
I will, on the weekends.
And who will get the kids to school?
We'll start a neighborhood carpool.
You thought of everything, didn't you?
Yep.
Except, who's gonna sell this house we're living in now?
Nick and Ellie Glidewell. NickandEllie.com. Equal housing opportunity, Sagely and Edwards Realtors.
It's time to stop searching and start driving. Between February 16th and March 7th, get $70 reward card or virtual account after online submission. With the purchase of 4 new Michelin passenger or light truck tires, including the Michelin Cross Climate 2 tire. See MichelinMan.com for complete details. Offer expires March 7th, 2022. Void where prohibited.
Come see us at Southern Tire Mart, just off I-540 exit 14 in Fort Smith today for quality tires and the best-in-class service. Get where you need to be with Michelin and Southern Tire Mart.
Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer opens like every other seltzer, pours like every other seltzer, but it's not like every other seltzer. USDA certified organic, no added sugar, and low cal, so you've never seen another seltzer quite like it. And with new refreshing flavors like black cherry and watermelon strawberry, you've never tasted one like it either. Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer, as real as it tastes. Enjoy responsibly, not a low-calorie food. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer, IRC Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Good morning to the Morning Rush, everybody.
12 to shoot. Williams, right side. Three-pointer good. Jalen Williams has 22, and the Hogs are within 4.
All your favorite podcasts in one place. The Hit That Line Podcast Network. Brought to you by Breeden RV Center. Just search Hit That Line wherever you listen to podcasts.
So there's 7 former Razorbacks that announced they were coming back to Bud Walton Arena. There's another addition on top of that, plus 2 other guys that played for Eric Musselman and an upcoming signee that's going to be in attendance, at least confirmed on Saturday. I want to tell you about who those additions are coming up.
Hey, we got to make a plan to get to Central Arkansas and get down to Benton to the Wood Grill Buffet. If you're going to be in or around Benton, stop in Thursday through Sunday for lunch or dinner at the Wood Grill Buffet. They've been around for 40 years as the Hamner family delivers comfort food at its finest. They got a mega buffet. 30 meats, 55 sides, 70 salad items, 25 desserts. So you can eat light, but you can go get your money's worth as well at the Wood Grill Buffet. They're 1916 Congo Road in Benton. That's just off exit 118. You can see the menu and other information at woodgrillbuffetbenton.com. That's woodgrillbuffetbenton.com, or stop in and see them on Congo Road, just off exit 118 in Benton for the Wood Grill Buffet.
So I saw Curtis Wilkerson of Hog Sports put out that he got a text from Jordan Walsh's mom, your incoming signee, Link Prep, that's going to be in attendance on Saturday. Eric Musselman also put out that Caleb and Cody Martin, who played under him at Nevada, are going to be in attendance, plus Adriel Bailey, former Arkansas Razorback. So, guys, initially it was 7, roll back. It was 6 NBA players. Then Daniel Gafford said, hey, I'm coming now, coach. And then 2 of his non-former Arkansas players is like, hey, let's check out this Razorback crowd on Saturday. So, guys, I think this is an attractable event where, again, Tommy, you and I discussed yesterday, this is a bye weekend of sorts for guys that are playing professionally, but they want to see see this. I was texting Jalen Tate yesterday, and he said he's never seen it like this. He came in Northern Kentucky 2 years ago, but that wasn't a full house. He played last year. That wasn't a full house. It's 25%. This is the first time that he gets to see. Dude is coming from Europe, Tommy. He's coming from Europe to watch this team play tomorrow.
Clay, on the bye weekend when the Hogs don't play, do you really want to go cover another game and work that weekend, be it another football game, or do you want to relax?
Well, there may be other attractions in town. There may be a girl. There may be something else that brings these guys in. You know, they got old girlfriends in the area or whatever.
And they get to be the big man on campus again for a little bit. So.
There's going to be, but this is the atmosphere that you thought you would have if you had a good team. And it's, I think all it takes is for Arkansas basketball to be winning, be ranked. And I think people are, excited to be a part of it. And you have to go back to the days of Barnhill when they built the new arena. There was a lot of discussions. How many seats do you need? They had a waiting list or a total list of 32,000. That's what they had. Coach Broyles elected to build it at 19-2.
One more seat than Texas.
Yep. Well,
that's what he wanted.
Yeah, but he wanted to have, there to be some demand. If you build it for 32,000, which you could have, you have the Carrier Dome or whatever, that all those seats are taken up, well, then you'd have a half-empty place for a lot of games. So, and it has been half-empty for a few years, right, Ty?
Yeah, and when the teams, as you just said, it's not good, there's not as much supply and demand. But when this team's good, we've seen it. Auburn Tuesday night game with high school football.
No tickets.
With high school basketball, no tickets. This Saturday, these tickets, Clay, I brought it up earlier. The cheapest ticket right now on Vivid Seats, man, is $121. Upper deck corner, 8th row.
So
and it just
all these people that have said for years they built it too big, they need to reduce the seats.
Was not the case.
Not the case. You needed a better coach and a winning team is what you needed, and you've proven that. I just hope when they go through these renovations that are coming up in a couple of years, and they're trying to figure out how to deal with suites and student seating, and I just hope that the overall capacity of the arena doesn't take a big hit to produce or provide space for suite and premium seating, because I know that's a priority because that's where the big bucks are at. But we've seen this year what this arena can be if you put the product on the floor.
Yeah, the other thing I hope does not happen is that they decide to reduce the number of students that get tickets, because the student section is really outstanding right now, and they do their job, and that's always the thought was, hey, let's take about 250 out of this section, and then all at once it's not the same.
I think that the desire, or at least that what they won't publicly project, is they want to figure out how to expand or at least move that to more of the center line of the floor. And that I think that's the struggle, is how do you get people to pay the premium to the foundation but not send it mid-court, because they'd love to do what Auburn does. But Auburn can do that because, yeah, they're number one this year, but they haven't been historically in great demand for mid-court tickets. They can afford historically to do that at Auburn.
Yeah, and
Arkansas can't.
To that point, Clay, have you or Tommy watched a Texas Tech basketball game this year when Beard was there? Their student section is unbelievable. It's right on the court in several different spots. It's behind the goal. It's all over the place. And this goes back to our conversation with Jimmy Dykes about 2 weeks ago. Jimmy talked about maximizing revenue, but at the same time not hurting the student section, which is difficult to do. This is not an easy task for Hunter Yurchek, because he's, as the athletics director, what are you trying to do? You're trying to maximize revenue, but you're also trying to create an atmosphere that's been an incredible place to play a basketball game at home. So what they do, and it's a 3 to 5 year project, correct, is what I think he said last year. Maybe it was.
They'll spend more on it, Clay, than they spent building the whole building.
Yeah, but I go back to something that Jalen Williams said earlier this week. It's another teammate on the court.
Man, I hope so. I hope everybody comes there and shows the same support they did versus Auburn. And really, they're just another teammate for us. They help us on the court. Sometimes they rattle the opposite team, so they help us a lot. And I hope it's the same way.
Guys, Auburn shot, 43% from the free throw line? And they're a really good free throw shooting team. They just didn't have it. I think they were 8 for 17, if I remember that correctly, right. Or 46, whatever it was. But
no, I think that's right.
Guys, they were rattled this past Tuesday night. I'm curious, Tennessee's won 8 straight conference games. Are they going to be rattled by this crowd tomorrow? That is the intimidation factor that you as a fan inside Bud Walton Arena have had, not just this year, but in years. I mean, you think about the 90s, you couldn't win a game in here.
But, Clay, we also know it's not just the percentage for the game. It's the timeliness of those missed free throws. When the crowd can impose its noise, late in the game with the critical free – it's those critical free throws in the last 2, 3, 4 minutes of a game or in overtime that's where you can really have the most effect. They may shoot 80% for the game, but if they miss the front end of a 1-and-1 or a 2-shot foul with 30 seconds to go, that's a lot larger than anything else.
Yeah, I think that is the crowd, and you go back to the days of Barnhill, and nobody wanted to come there, and I think that's the way it is now. Again with Bud Walton Arena, and it's terrific. Makes it fun to want to go. It's it's must-see TV. People are setting their schedule again based on basketball, and that wasn't happening for 20 years. I mean, it's like, oh, there's a game there. Well, I've already made plans to do this. Now it's the other way around. You make your plans based on when that game's on.
So let's talk about the game itself tomorrow with Tennessee. A little analysis on the game. J.D. Notae got in foul trouble early at Alabama. That created kind of a first-half sag for Arkansas. Stayed out of foul trouble against Missouri. We know he's key for dribble penetration and taking care of the ball. Jalen Williams has been the glue that makes the defensive end work for Arkansas. Clay, what are the important things in the first 7 or 8 minutes? Because of this building, we've been talking about the atmosphere and the fans. Let's talk about the game itself. The two go hand in hand. The team, to me, needs to perform at a high level in that first 8 minutes to get that atmosphere stoked, to not, to really put Tennessee on their heels a little bit. What has to happen early, in your opinion, to deal with the size and the rim protection that Tennessee's bringing here with Fulkerson?
Yeah, I think that you look at 3 players that are really important. You hit on 2 of them, but I think Stanley Umude is the same thing. Mm-hmm. And I wouldn't have said that a month ago, but I think he's really important now. I mean, I think he's an offensive force. And, you'd like to get Audice Toney off. And then, then the last guy in that group that has just been – you see 2 steps forward and 1 step back is Devo Davis. He can be such a factor. And defensively, I think he's a trump card that you get to play. You see somebody that just is having a good game, well, you can put him put him there, and he can slow him down. But, yeah, I think a good start is really the first key that I would list.
Let's talk about Chris Sykes, too, because he's played a great role off the bench, coming in, providing some speed in the transition game, creating some steals. I know that his size makes you worry about him on the defensive end, but, guys, in his role, in the minutes he's gotten, I think he's been really productive at times for this team and been a good role player.
Yeah, he's had some good games at home, and I thought that, that he made some critical baskets against Auburn. And, in fact, there was one of them that I was like, no, okay. It's one of those, yeah. But
no more threes up 4, though, with 19 on the shot clock. We need
guys, they haven't had, except for maybe the Missouri game here, that they haven't had a game where I thought they put it all together. And maybe that's coming. They've got – it just keeps looking like there's, that Eric Musselman has got him kind of lined out of what he wants and how he's going to get it, and they are fun to watch.
It's still too early to play your best, Ty. I mean, February 18th is not when you need to play your best. It's March 18th.
Yeah, and we saw this team just start rolling at the end of last season into the NCAA tournament and picking up their just their defense and a variety of things. And this team defensively, I think, kind of like you brought up in hour number 1, Clay, this is going to be a defensive battle. But could you have an offensive output like you did against Missouri, against Tennessee tomorrow, along with that stifling defense that they played in the stretch?
I think how you do it, though, is probably with live ball turnovers. I mean, those lead to run-outs, and that's how you get your spurts. You hit a couple of threes. And I think this team, when they can win without hitting threes, but when they hit threes, it changes everything. And there is no question that a made three erupts the crowd at Bud Walton Arena, because they know that that's the one ingredient that's sort of missing with this team. That's not their strength. They were good with that at Missouri. In fact, I was kind of surprised, to be honest with you, how well they shot the threes. But if they do that at home with that crowd, that place, the roof you'll be able to hear it in Springdale.
I'm really pumped about tomorrow, and I know that the players coming in town, we brought up Adriel Bailey, Caleb and Cody Martin, the other players. If you missed it yesterday, Daniel Gafford, Bobby Portis, Mason Jones, Isaiah Joe, Moses Moody, Jalen Tate and Justin Smith, they're all coming back, and it's going to be incredible. Now, on Bobby, I haven't watched much NBA this season, but I did see Bobby had a good game last night against the 76ers. I don't know which fan base loves him more. Is it the Little Rock Hall Warriors? Is it the Arkansas Razorbacks, or is it the Milwaukee Bucks? Because they chant Bobby. There's going to be a chance of Bobby Portis tomorrow. And the highlight that we put at the top of our open today is the game-winning shot he hit against Alabama in 2015 on Bobby Portis headband night. Well, there are going to be 1,000 Bobby Portis headbands given out, 1,500 pom-poms given out to students, and then they're giving out 1,000 Bobby Portis NBA championship posters for all fans tomorrow. I had someone from Wisconsin who has no connection to Arkansas text me yesterday, Tommy, that said, Bobby Portis is my son's favorite player. Yeah. Can you get me a poster? And I said, I'll do my best, man.
Yeah, well, win championships, you become even more popular, and
Yeah.
that's exactly what he's done with the Bucks. So, I think because of his accomplishments in the NBA, he'll probably will get the most chance and the most attention there tomorrow. Also going to be a busy baseball weekend. Let's talk to Clay about that in just a moment. It's also going to be a busy weekend with Williams Tractor. They're now WT Equipment, and they're having a moving auction. So you can join online or in person. Visit WTEquipment.com to find out how to bid online. This auction is tomorrow, all day long, Saturday, February 19th. They're selling everything at the old location, phone systems, desks, chairs, all the way up to the 400-horsepower tractors and hay equipment. So be at their old Fayetteville location just off I-49. Get there early, stay late, because they're not moving anything. They're selling it all to the bare walls at Williams Tractor. They're now WT Equipment. They have moved, but stop by the old location of Williams Tractor tomorrow for a big auction. Everything must go tomorrow at Williams Tractor in Fayetteville.
The baseball game coming up against Illinois State today, 3-game series, and tomorrow and Sunday. I know a lot of fans are excited, not just to if you can go to Baum-Walker, but come to that. I also want to ask y'all about the gambling stuff going on in Arkansas. So this is from gambling.com that the final legislative vote on mobile wagering in Arkansas could happen on Tuesday. We thought it was going to happen in time for the Super Bowl. It didn't. What is that going to change? And Tommy, this is something I know. Clay, one day that you were gone, Clay and I discussed it a little bit. What's that going to change?
Well, it depends on how the rules are set, because there's not going to be many. The way I understand the law as it was written that this committee needs to approve is essentially you have to have a gaming license in Arkansas to be able to be an out-of-state online gambling establishment or gaming establishment to bring Caesars or one of the other, big sports books from Vegas in here, and you got to partner with, say, an Oakland. Well, I don't see that, and the profits are going to be at 50% rather than a lot of places where it's 80 or 90% or more. So I think the way the law is written now, Clay, you're not going to see a lot of out-of-state influence, and you may say that sounds great on the surface. It's going to reduce competition. I'll be interested to see what happens because in the end, I think more competition in that is what the consumer is going to demand.
I think you're right, and it looks like it's disjointed the way they've got it set up now. I bet it, as always, when you have gambling issues, they start out one way, and then somebody will finally get them situated where they understand this is the way it needs to be, and that sounds like that's probably a little bit too strong on that direction.
Yeah, because Ty, you can correct me if I'm up, but the only way you can gamble on your phone now in the state of Arkansas is with an offshore, out-of-country sports wagering organization. Mm-hmm. So if you want to use your app or have a relationship with one of the Vegas or somewhere else casinos,
bet online,
that are domestically located, you've got to leave the state and drive across the bridge to Tennessee or go to a state where it is legal to do that and get on internet there. Is that? I mean, that's my understanding of it.
That's my understanding. That's what I was taught. So these offshore accounts, like we do stuff with Bet Online, and Bet Online is legal in the state because it is, as you said, an offshore place.
Right.
But in Tennessee, which they just established in the last year and a half, you can now do within that state. It's Tennessee, it's Mississippi.
Tennessee, Mississippi. I believe it's legal in Alabama. It's now legal in 20 states. But y'all are exactly right. As soon as your GPS location crosses into the state of Tennessee, so when I go back today, as soon as I hit midway of the Mississippi River and my geography location, GPS location shows me in Tennessee, I can place a bet. Now coming back Sunday, if I don't hit, bet, by the time I cross that bridge, it's not going through.
Yeah, give me 100. Give me 100 on the Hogs before I hit the bottom of the bridge here.
Exactly.
You wouldn't bet on Sunday though, would you? You wouldn't make a bet on the Lord's Day, would you?
Come on, I've made a lot of bets on the Lord's Day.
All right. Well, speaking of money, Tommy, I put this story in there. Clay, I don't know if you read it.
But the committee, I'll be interested to see what they do with the percentage of the profits because I think that's the big thing to watch. 50% is not going to entice the out-of-state folks. That percentage is going to have to go up for the out-of-state people to want to come in.
Okay. I think a lot of us would be willing to bet on Dave Van Horn and this baseball club covering any spread this weekend based on his record. I think I said 24-0 earlier in that opening weekend games and the opening weekend series. I think that was correct from earlier. Have you guys ever been in a situation, Clay and Tommy, where a young man or young woman needs a phone and they don't have it and they just need to call someone, to call a parent, call a relative because they're lost or something? Has that ever occurred to you? I've
I've actually loaned a phone to someone whose phone was dead. The battery was out, and they needed to make a call to call home. Yeah, I've done that.
I've been in a situation on Dixon where a girl couldn't get an Uber, and I just helped her out with that. And she showed me her phone. I tried to turn it on, and it wouldn't work. So I've done that. So just be careful about this, because there's a Florida woman, Clay and Tommy and everyone else.
It's always in Florida.
That a young man, she was walking her dog in Baldwin Park. Her name is Shannon Frazier. And a young boy was on a scooter and told her her phone was dead and he couldn't find his family or friends. And she watched him on the phone and trying to get on maps and trying to figure out where they were, and then gave her back her phone. Well, apparently during this time, he Venmo'd himself $4,000 from Mrs. Frazier's phone. Now, she called the police. I don't know if the young man was apprehended or not, but can you imagine?
Totally traceable. I mean, not a smart. I mean, if you're going to commit crimes you might get away with, you have no chance of getting away with that.
The kid was like 12 years old. I don't know if he 100% saw it through, but I've told this story before where I Venmo'd a friend what I thought was $7.30 for my meal, and I Venmo'd him $730 and was freaking out that he wasn't getting it back to me. Luckily, he's a good friend and did. But y'all just be aware, be careful when someone asks to see your phone and you don't know who they are. Even if you do know who they are, just maybe check your financial accounts and make sure they can't pass along that type of capital from your phone.
You just described something that I'm not familiar with. I don't even know what
Venmo is.
No, I've never done it. Don't know what it is.
With two daughters, you don't. I figured your daughters had you all in tune with Venmo. You know,
no,
Dad, I need $40. Dad, I need.
They got more money than I got.
Clay?
It would be the other way around. Yeah, hey, y'all send us some money.
Hey, yeah, that's what you need to do. Get on Venmo so your kids can send you money now.
That's right.
At your advanced age.
Clay, what Venmo is a currency moving software. That's a very fancy way to put it. But basically, you could just send money from your bank account in transactions instantly.
Yeah,
and
I know about PayPal, so maybe that's similar, right?
It's similar.
It's very, very similar. So it's Venmo, PayPal.
Some of these things I don't need to know about.
Cash App is another one. I don't know. Venmo's easy to use, but I never thought about someone getting on there and just taking money.
Apparently,
So when you go to dinner, y'all there'll be maybe one person that pays for it, and then everybody else sends them a little money.
It's
through
more
their phone.
of Clay. It's more of when we go for drinks. I think when we're at dinner, the table. But when someone goes up to the bar and then you're just like, "Hey, Venmo me $8. Do this." You get on your phone, you do it. It's done. But dinner, I mean, we get our own check and stuff. It just kind of varies on that.
Clay, I know you got to hit the road to head somewhere, so I guess we'll check in with you Tuesday. And
all right, sounds good.
Have a good weekend watching baseball.
A lot
and
to go on.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff to have fun with.
All right, we'll talk to you on Tuesday. Clay's got to duck out a little early today. I'm glad he could join us a little bit early this morning. Fitzman's out on vacation, so I guess when you get Clay's picks, we'll do our picks real quick coming up in the next segment as well. Hey, we're brought to you by Gaston's White River Resort. No better time to break away from everything and get to Gaston's and be on the White River, where you can enjoy the best trout fishing in all of North America. And that's not an overstatement or overreach. If you trout fish, you know what I'm talking about. There's no better tailwaters than right below the Bull Shoals Dam, and that's exactly where Gaston's is at, and some of the best trophy waters in North America. So we're just blessed here in Arkansas to have tremendous trout fishing, and Gaston's has been doing it for more than 60 years right there on the banks of the White River. Call 870-431-5202. Get a reservation, book a guide. They can do the fishing trip. They can do everything. It's turnkey. Restaurant on site. They got meeting facilities in their conference center. They got an airstrip on site. I mean, everything you can imagine is there at Gaston's White River Resort. Ask about winter rates as well. Gaston's White River Resort, a first-class time every time.
Arkansas's home for the best sports talk.
If you're the head coach, you'd want it to have the fan base at Arkansas every Saturday in the stands.
You're listening to The Morning Rush.
Day 209 on the island. There is still no rescue in sight. I long for the simple comforts of home. The leather seats, the spacious interior, the 12.3-inch touchscreen display, and of course, the panoramic moonroof. If I could only gaze through it one more time.
Jerry!
What?
Stop talking about your Highlander and help me with the raft!
Frank seems more agitated than normal lately. Could it possibly be because he too misses my Toyota Highlander?
No, Jerry, it's not because I miss your Highlander. And stop acting like I can't hear you.
Yes, that must be it. Comparing his sad raft to my sleek-looking Highlander has finally broken him.
Just stop.
Experience the unforgettable 2022 Toyota Highlander for yourself. Visit your local dealer or go to toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. See packages and options at toyota.com for feature availability.
Standard Materials Group has immediate openings for ready-mix drivers in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you have a CDL license without an automatic restriction and want to be home every night, want to work with a company that offers great pay, benefits, and a great team environment with growth opportunity, apply today at jobs.crh.com. Again, that's jobs.crh.com. Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
Celebrating the PGA Championship here in Tulsa, golf analyst David Faraday brings his comedy to Hard Rock Live May 19th. Have some laughs as he shares stories and talks golf.
The secret is basically I'm on a kind of a paleo diet. I don't eat anything that hasn't been clubbed to death and dragged out of a cave.
Tickets on sale now, starting at just $49.50. Call the box office at 918-384-ROCK or visit HardRockCasinoTulsa.com. Only at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Tulsa. See one-star rewards for full rules and details.
Harry Robinson Salisal Ford wants to buy or trade for your vehicle today, and they will give you top dollar. Pre-owned car values are at historic all-time highs, and your car today is worth more than it ever will be again. If you are driving a 2013 model or newer with 120,000 miles or less, bring it to Harry Robinson Salisal Ford, and they'll give you more than any other dealer. Even if you don't want to buy a new car, they'll still buy yours. Harry Robinson Salisal Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisal.
Arkansas Glass and Mirror Company has 2 locations, 1316 South Zero and 200 South Zero Street in Fort Smith, serving the glass and glazing needs of Fort Smith, Northwest Arkansas, and Eastern Oklahoma, commercial and residential. Tub and shower enclosures, mirrors, glass table, and countertops cut to custom size are just a few services offered by Arkansas Glass and Mirror Company. Arkansas Glass and Mirror stocks laminate glass, plexiglass, Lexan, window glass, and mirror and plate glass. For more information, call 646-4300. That's 646-4300.
2022 annual passes are now available at the Ben Guerin Golf Course. We offer a variety of plans to fit your budget and needs. We have special pricing on juniors, seniors, and military. If you're looking for the best golf value in the River Valley, then look no further than Ben Guerin Golf Course. Book your 2022 tournament outings now. For more information, call the Pro Shop at 646-5301, go to benguerinGolf.com, or follow us on Facebook. When you think golf, think Ben Guerin.
Here it comes. Oh my goodness.
When it comes to COVID-19, there are several things you can do to protect yourself, your friends and loved ones, and your community. Wear a mask, wash your hands often, and continue to social distance when you are near other people. If you test positive or are exposed to COVID-19, you can get free, detailed information on what you need to do in order to prevent spreading COVID-19 to those around you. Just go to healthy.arkansas.gov. This message brought to you by the Arkansas Department of Health.
Hi, this is Melissa with True Grit Running Company. Each day we see familiar faces who have supported us from the beginning because they see the benefits of an active lifestyle. We're also always meeting new customers who are taking their first steps towards making running or walking a part of daily life. We have the opportunity to share in their successes and help them achieve their goals. The people of Fort Smith and the River Valley are why we believe we were voted one of the best running stores in America. Visit us and see how we can help you. True Grit Running Company, 6808 Rogers Avenue, Suite B, behind Chick-fil-A.
Hi folks, Matchmaker Larry Rath here with a sweetheart of a deal from Rath Auto Resources. I'm on a mission to help you find the nicer, newer car of your dreams. So if the thrill is gone with your old ride, come see the best selection of Rath road-ready vehicles we've had in over 2 years. Each one hand-picked and reconditioned in our Meineke Car Care Center. Just find the one you love the best and let our friendly, non-commissioned solution specialists do the rest. With discounts up to $4,100 below retail and the highest trade-in values ever, you'll be head over heels for the with deals, too. Going to make it work with the car you have? Let us give it the attention it deserves in our Meineke Car Care Center with a free winter-ready inspection, half-off brakes, and buy 3, get 1 free on all tires. But hurry, this deal will be over quicker than your first crush. Start driving better today in a nicer, newer car you love from Arkansas's favorite used car dealer, Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, or online, rathauto.com.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Arkansas football. It's the players running through the A. Hog hats. It's more than 70,000 fans calling Woo Pig Suey.
Oh, yes, sir.
Guys, I've got just one thing I want to say to you. Touchdown, Arkansas!
Arkansas Razorbacks in our championship! The Arkansas Razorbacks have completed the dream season!
This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Mr. Sparky. Need a licensed electrician to service your home? For one of their local pros, call 888-8-SPARKY.
We haven't mentioned this just yet, but I do want to give Nick Smith some more praise. He's gotten a lot of it to this point of the season in his career. He is one of 5 finalists for the Naismith High School Trophy Boys Player of the Year. It's sponsored by Jersey Mike's. Tommy, this is a big, stinking deal. North Little Rock right now is 21-3, 8th team in the country on Max Preps, 14th on ESPN.com. He's averaging 28, 8, and 7 this year's Rivals #1 point guard, and I got a chance to see him for the first time this week. I know Eric Musselman is going to be happy to get him to campus.
And, you know, Gatorade Player of the Year in your state's always kind of one of the higher honors that an individual player is going to get in the various sports. So this would be several notches above that to get a national award to declare you're one of the – and just being in the finalist running, having your name associated with the last few finalists for this tells you the caliber of player that he is and what he's expected to be at Arkansas.
I think Clay brought this up on Tuesday. Corliss Williamson was the #1 player in the country coming out of Russellville. Mitch Mustaine, Gatorade, not just Player of the Year in Arkansas, Player of the Year in the country, National Player of the Year, was a Parade All-American as well. If Nick is able to get this award, and I don't know if North Little Rock has to win a state championship, but there's a good chance of that happening. I don't know what else he has to do. I looked at the guys that he's going up against, just so much high school talent when you go up against that. There's a guy that plays at Montford right now, but that's pretty special that he's even a semifinalist is awesome. But this dude, one of 5 finalists, Tommy.
I remember my sophomore year of high school, Barry Lunny was named the Gatorade Player of the Year, and they had a big awards or a big pep rally type deal in the gym, and I think we all got extended lunch or something that day to celebrate Lunny getting Gatorade Player of the Year.
That's a memory. So he got that as a sophomore?
No, I was a sophomore.
Oh, he was
a senior.
Okay,
he's 2 years older than me.
That's pretty cool because for just to have that. Yeah,
and that was at the same time that Corliss was going through. You didn't quite have all the rankings and awards and all that stuff back in the early 90s that 30 years ago that you got now.
Yeah, it's a little different. We mentioned the 7 former Razorbacks that are going to be in attendance tomorrow. Well, there's an addition to that. Adriel Bailey's coming back for the game. Cody and Caleb Martin, who played for Muss at Nevada, he's coming back. Plus, Curtis Wilkerson of Hog Sports had that he got a text from Jordan Walsh's mom that Jordan is going to be in attendance for this game. Still haven't 100% confirmed if Anthony Black is going to be in attendance, but Tommy, based on everything happening, and if you have a ticket opportunity, I know Arkansas fans would, of course, jump on it, but I don't know how you wouldn't want to beat this game if you're a recruit and you got nothing going on Saturday.
I mean, because there are a handful of people out there that can still get a ticket to Tennessee, but they normally have a star by their name.
Yeah,
4 or 5 of them. They can still get tickets to this game when the rest of us got to pay through the nose to get one. But, yeah, why would if you can get there, your high school team isn't practicing or playing, why would you not want to come to this game? And maybe you don't want to come this week because you really want to come to Kentucky next week. So.
I want to ask Coach Muss next time we add him on, if the #1 player in the country wanted to come to the game and the only ticket available was to sit in Daniel or Mariah's seats, would he give that ticket to the number one player? And would Danielle kill him?
Oh, it'd be expensive, but I bet he could do it. I bet it'd be expensive.
It's like, well, babe, it's for the number one guy in the country, and Danielle, I don't think would have that.
It may not cost you that day, but it won't be free. I promise you.
It might cost him an arm and a leg. Baseball game coming up at 3:00 on the SEC Network Plus, and we're gonna have coverage right here on ESPN Arkansas and hitthatline.com. I also saw that Colby Hale, Arkansas soccer coach, he got a little hefty pay raise, $65,000. He moves up from $200 to $265. You can read that piece in Matt Jones's article in Whole Hog Sports in the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette. And I did see the women fell yesterday in Gainesville. Mike Neighbors' squad, 76-67.
All right, that's your Hog Update brought to you by Mr. Sparky.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
All right, Sean is not here. He's
scuba diving out of the country, I believe is what.
He's not at the Great Barrier Reef, is he?
No, he was going down south somewhere.
What did you say, Drew? South
America.
South America.
Yeah, he went down. Great Barrier Reef's Australia. That'd really be a trip. So but good for him. So we'll do our Fence Man Friday picks and roll through those real quick.
Fenceman Friday Picks. Call the Fenceman for all kinds of fences, controlled access, and custom iron projects. 479-782-3936. The Fenceman. We ain't afraid of no work.
All right, I'm going to let you set these lines.
All right.
Because
that's the thing with college basketball. We don't get them. We don't get them early enough.
And it's
the
games are tomorrow.
Tells you they don't have a lot of action on college basketball.
They don't. I guess not.
Only the real degenerates are betting on college basketball.
Like us. Alabama at Kentucky.
All right, we're going to let Drew pick for Sean this week. We can text Clay and get his picks.
Okay, just text Clay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so who?
What's the game?
Alabama, Kentucky. What is the line for that?
At Kentucky?
Mm-hmm. In Lexington.
4.5?
I was going to say 3. But we'll
I think
split
it's
it.
that low?
What's the difference? Go
Kentucky
4?
beat the crap out of Alabama.
Kentucky minus... different deal. So...
I don't think so.
Yeah. What do you think?
I was going to say Kentucky minus 7. If you wanted low, then I'll take Kentucky. What'd you say, minus 4?
All right, 4. We'll set it
Okay,
at 4.
I'll take Kentucky. I think that's free money.
I'll take Kentucky then.
Okay.
I think Sean would take Kentucky.
Kentucky's not going to lose at home, but I think that'd be a closer game than your
7.
Yeah.
If you were given a 7, I'd take Bama, sure.
Who knows? Auburn at Florida. What is that line?
Auburn minus 8.
I'd agree with that.
Okay. Who are you going with?
Auburn.
Who's Sean taking, Drew?
Sean's going to take the Gators.
Yeah.
Not to win outright.
He's going to take them to cover.
He's going to take them to cover.
Okay, and again, we'll get Clay's. We'll get Clay's later on. LSU at USC, South Carolina, not the Trojans.
LSU.
South Carolina did hit the game winner earlier this weekend on Ole Miss.
LSU's, I think, won 3 straight, though. 3 or 4.
LSU minus 2 on the road?
2.5. Let's give it the hook.
2.5. All right. Give me LSU. I think they keep it rolling.
What's Sean saying?
Sean's going to take LSU. More LSU fans around here for business.
I think they're going to I'm going to take LSU as well. All right, last one. Tennessee at Arkansas. Where are we going? Line-wise.
Arkansas minus 2?
I'd say closer to a pick 'em.
Okay.
I want to just
Let's
do
go
straight
1.
pick 'em.
Yeah, okay. Just go pick 'em on that. That's fine. Hogs.
Okay, Hogs. If it's pick 'em, I'll take Hogs.
Sean likes the Hogs.
Yeah.
There you go.
And you can just go ahead and mark Clay down for the Hogs there, too. On that one. You don't need to even text Clay on that one. All right, that's our Fence Man Friday picks, a little abbreviated version this week. As always, brought to you by the Fence Man. They're looking for more people to join their team. They need people with fence building experience, construction experience, to work with them building quality fencing and gates. So if you've got welding skills, carpentry skills, construction skills, apply in person. You get a sign-on bonus and great pay. Apply in person at 1213 North 32nd Street. That's 1213 North 32nd Street in Fort Smith. The Fence Man is an equal opportunity employer.
All right, when we come back, we're going to talk more Arkansas, Tennessee. Charlie Burris, who does the post-game stuff from A to Z Sports with the Vols, he's going to join us, get his thoughts on this game tomorrow inside a Bud Walton Arena. Hour 3, Fast Break Friday, is next.
Day 209 on the island. There is still no rescue in sight. I long for the simple comforts of home. The leather seats, the spacious interior, the 12.3-inch touchscreen display, and of course, the panoramic moonroof. If I could only gaze through it one more time.
Jerry!
What?
Stop talking about your Highlander and help me with the raft.
Frank seems more agitated than normal lately. Could it possibly be because he too misses my Toyota Highlander?
No, Jerry, it's not because I miss your Highlander. And stop acting like I can't hear you.
Yes, that must be it. Comparing his sad raft to my sleek-looking Highlander has finally broken him.
Just stop.
Experience the unforgettable 2022 Toyota Highlander for yourself. Visit your local dealer or go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. See packages and options at Toyota.com for feature availability.
Make your backyard dreams a reality this summer with an in-ground pool from Burton Pools and Spas. Save $5,000 this month on select in-ground pools. And with payments starting at $290 a month, your own backyard oasis is not out of reach. Be one of the first 7 families to call and receive a free upgrade to a saltwater system, a nearly $2,000 value. Save $5,000 and get a free upgrade at Burton Pools and Spas in Springdale and in Fort Smith and online at burtonpools.com.
Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer opens like every other seltzer, pours like every other seltzer, but it's not like every other seltzer. USDA certified organic, no added sugar, and low cal, so you've never seen another seltzer quite like it. And with new refreshing flavors like black cherry and watermelon strawberry, you've never tasted one like it either. Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer, as real as it tastes. Enjoy responsibly, not a low-calorie food. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer, IRC Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Honey, I found a great new house for us to buy. Look at the photos.
Yeah? Who's gonna clean that big house?
We'll have our housekeeper.
And who's gonna mow all that grass?
I will, on the weekends.
And who will get the kids to school?
We'll start a neighborhood carpool.
You thought of everything, didn't you?
Yep.
Except, who's gonna sell this house we're living in now?
Nick and Ellie Glidewell. nickandellie.com. Equal housing opportunity, Sagely and Edwards Realtors.
State sales tax paid on every pre-owned vehicle on the lot now through the end of the month at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. You heard right. State sales tax paid on pre-owned vehicles at Harry Robinson. You'll save hundreds, even thousands with sales tax paid. This sale does not apply to previously negotiated deals. Don't miss your chance to get your state sales tax paid now through the end of the month on every pre-owned vehicle on the lot. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 at Fort Smith.
Did you know that sometimes roof damage goes unnoticed? Have you seen a few houses in your neighborhood get new roofs in the past couple of years? It could be that your roof has damage. Brothers Roofing and Restoration is a properly licensed and insured local roofing contractor in Arkansas. Brother Alexander has over 25 years of experience in home insurance adjusting and residential roofing. Let Brother come do a free inspection of your roof. He'll give you a complete analysis of your roof and work with your insurance company if it needs to be replaced. So call 479-353-3877 to arrange a time for Brother to inspect your roof.
Law's Drugstore in Fort Smith now has vaccinations available for ages 5 and up. Law's Drugstore has the Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, and Moderna vaccines. These vaccines are safe and effective in preventing severe cases of COVID. Call 452-6116 to schedule your appointment or stop by Law's Drugstore, 6802 Rogers Avenue behind Outback Steakhouse. Law's Drugstore opens 6 days a week to safely care for you and your family.
Greenwood Collision has been a part of Greenwood since the opening in 2007. Now they invite you into their new state-of-the-art facility. They offer customers a lifetime warranty and work diligently with all insurance companies to better serve their customers. Greenwood Collision has a color matching system, guaranteed an exact color match each and every time. Stop the worrying. Call Chris or Joe today at 996-9922. Greenwood Collision, 2615 West Center in Greenwood.
It is here. Fast, reliable internet from Wave Rural Connect. Cedarville, Uniontown, Natural Dam, and surrounding areas get fast fiber internet, TV, and phone service from a local provider you can trust based in Ozark, Arkansas. Internet starts at $49.95 a month, TV at $43.99, and phone at $29.95. Order now at signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372. Do it now. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect. Changing the communities we serve.
Harry Robinson Salisaw Ford wants to buy or trade for your vehicle today, and they will give you top dollar. Pre-owned car values are at historic all-time highs, and your car today is worth more than it ever will be again. If you are driving a 2013 model or newer with 120,000 miles or less, bring it to Harry Robinson Salisaw Ford, and they'll give you more than any other dealer. Even if you don't want to buy a new car, they'll still buy yours. Harry Robinson Salisaw Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisaw.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, lots of sunshine. Our high today in the lower 50s, mainly clear. Won't be as cold tonight. No night low, upper 20s. Sunny skies on Saturday, mid-50s north, closer to 60 south. And Sunday, we're looking at more sunshine, highs in the 60s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
Weather is brought to you by Ramos Roofing, specializing in all roofing needs. 479-420-9903.
You're listening to The Morning Rush, live from the Busch Light Studios on ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris Fort Smith. This hour of The Morning Rush is brought to you by Farm Credit. From farms to land, livestock, equipment, and more, Farm Credit finances it all. Learn more at myaglender.com.
Puts it up. Wow! What a finish! Bobby Portis, the magic man, arrives just in time. The tip-in at zeros on the clock. A thundercloud over Fayetteville. It comes in the form of a rocking Bud Walton Arena as Bobby Portis caps an absolute thriller.
Hey, this is Darren McFadden, and you're listening to The Morning Rush.
Live from the Busch Light Studios.
People who really want to have a good time won't come to a slaughterhouse. And we've got entirely too many troublemakers here.
On your favorite Arkansas sports talk station.
I don't like you because you're dangerous. That's right. I am dangerous.
Streaming live from
hitthatline.com.
I
hit the 7-iron like John Daly hits the 3.
This is The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson.
You just got to keep living, man.
And Tommy Kraft.
We follow orders or people die. Are we clear?
The Morning Rush starts right now.
Yes, sir.
It is hour number 3 of The Morning Rush. Charlie Burris, A to Z Big Orange Podcast, is going to be joining us coming up shortly. Get a better sense of what Volunteers team is walking into Bud Walton Arena tomorrow. I'm excited about this game, as many of you are. Top 25 matchup, first since the Alabama game this last year. You heard Bobby Portis' game winner against Alabama back in 2015. Well, he, amongst other NBA guys and former Razorbacks, are going to be there. And, Tommy, it's going to be a great atmosphere. Don't want to miss it.
All right, going to be a fun conversation. We're brought to you by Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale, right underneath the big water tower in Tawnytown. They've got a lifetime warranty on every new RV they sell. Factory-trained and certified technicians to get your RV on the road and keep it on the road, plus a new paint and collision center for any repairs you might need along the way as well. They've got a great selection right now, and they'll give you a great deal on your trade-in if you're looking to trade up for camping this year. Top dollar for your trade at Wheels RV. Again, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, and discover with Wheels RV.
Charlie, appreciate you making some time for us this morning. Tennessee's heading into Bud Walton Arena on an 8-game SEC winning streak. The only loss in this period of time that was outside of this league was in Austin, Texas against the Longhorns by 1. What's been the key to Rick Barnes' success in conference play as of late?
I think it's really been finding contributions from guys that you wouldn't expect. I think everybody looks at this roster and obviously sees Kennedy Chandler, who was the number 1 point guard in America in the last recruiting class, and they see that name and they go, "Oh, he's got to be carrying the team," you know. But it's been contributions from guys kind of out of nowhere, specifically, and I think probably other folks in the SEC have seen this name at this point, and if you played Tennessee, you probably know this name, but Zakai Ziegler is just a really undersized guard, but is an absolute energizer bunny, just all over the court, absolute pest on defense, incredibly dynamic and quick on offense. He's just emerged in the last little bit, having a whole string of double-digit scoring games in a row. He's great getting his hand on the basketball on the defensive side. And it's been contributions from guys like that even analysts like myself before the season started, I don't think that we saw that guy really contributing all that much. Like, we kind of went like, oh, he's after this season and after Kennedy Chandler goes to the NBA, he'll be the next guy, was probably what we were thinking. And it's become, they can put in a lineup of Kennedy Chandler, Zakai Ziegler, another really solid guard Tennessee has, and the leading scorer for the team is Santiago Vescovi. And they get this kind of short lineup going, and it is really great with ball movement and really dynamic, and it's been impressive. They've just kind of found this stride that they've hit. It was after the blowout to Kentucky, lost by 30 to Kentucky 8 SEC games ago, and they haven't lost an SEC game since. It's just some sort of mentality changed and clicked, and it's been nice to see. They're sort of, as the old saying goes, playing right at the right time.
Charlie, I think when you look at Arkansas and Tennessee, they're very comparable. Is a loss or two kind of got them going. Arkansas started out 0-3, and then they've won 9 of their last 10. Tennessee got romped by Kentucky, and then now they've won 8 of their last 9, not including that non-conference game. So I think what you're going to see tomorrow in Bud Walton Arena is a big game, not only because Tennessee and Arkansas play once again in Thompson Bowling, but Tennessee does have a one-game edge and is tied with Kentucky right now for second in the SEC standings. In your opinion, how pivotal this game tomorrow for the seeding down there in Tampa?
This game is so huge. I don't think that you can understate it. It is also pretty big that these play twice before the end of the season. It's the final game of the season, I believe, for both of us. They're jockeying essentially for the same position because everybody's playing for second place. Let's be totally honest, unless Auburn just loses its head, which is possible, I guess, but they kind of have a snoozer lineup to end the season. And so, I mean, it's absolutely massive. I will say Bud Walton Arena, historically a place that is not only tough for Tennessee to win in, it's tough for anybody to win in. It's one of the great arenas in the SEC and really nationally for college basketball. And I would put it this way. Do I think on paper Tennessee is probably the quote-unquote better team than Arkansas? I do, and I maybe biased there covering Tennessee, but you just you look at everything laid side by side. Tennessee's probably the better team, but you look at the factor of Bud Walton Arena, and I go I almost expect a loss tomorrow because it is just that good. It's one of those places that just kind of they put a hex on the rim for the opposing team somehow, and it just is. It's incredibly tough to win there. Hopefully, I'm off on that, and Tennessee can bring it somehow in that environment. But it's just so tough to win there. But I'm excited to see what happens because as you're saying, it's a massive game.
Regardless of records or rankings, beating Kentucky anytime in this league, no matter where they're at or where you're at, it's a big deal for any school, particularly after Kentucky had drubbed Tennessee pretty good in the previous meeting in mid-January. What's the mindset and the mentality? Because Arkansas kind of struggled with this a week ago, or we feared they would, and they went to Alabama and lost following a big win over Auburn. Do you think there will be some challenge just in the approach in this game, knowing that emotionally you invested a lot in beating Kentucky earlier this week?
That could absolutely be a factor. Beating Kentucky for Tennessee, I feel like if you're not in that rivalry, you probably can't feel it because it is, Lexington's 2 hours away from Knoxville. There are Kentucky fans that live on the Tennessee border, and there are Tennessee fans that live in Kentucky. Like it's and it's just bitter and kind of it's one of those things that both teams, they really hang their hat on almost no matter how good either of the teams are in any given season. And yeah, a lot went into that game after getting embarrassed in Rupp Arena. I think they really, really felt like we have to go improve ourselves, make sure that that's not the image that we leave out there. And they went out and they out-toughed Kentucky. That's what was so impressive in that game, is that they made Oscar Tshiebwe, I don't want to say look foolish. He's a great player. He still put up a double-double in that game. But I would put it this way. It's the worst I've seen him look this entire season. He looked scared to put up a ball because they were swatting everything the kid tried to put up. And I genuinely, watching this team the whole season, I don't know where that came from. They haven't really been that team all year. That hasn't been their strong suit. And all of a sudden that was just they were making that kid's life so tough in the paint. And it was really impressive. And they were just being so pesky on defense. It's perimeter. You look at that and you go, they really left it all out there on the floor against Kentucky. And I would not be surprised if there is definitely a little bit of a letdown game here against Arkansas. Hopefully not, but it's a long season. These things wear on you, and I would say it's a good point. I wouldn't be surprised if that ends up happening to Tennessee here.
Arkansas beat Auburn, went on to lose to Alabama. I know Tennessee's trying to avoid the kind of that same pattern. I looked through this 8-game SEC win streak for Tennessee, and 64 points is the least amount they've scored in that stretch in those wins. Arkansas would prefer to play a team in the 50s or 60s. There's been most of these games in the 70 and 80-point range for Tennessee. Simple question: who controls the tempo and the number of possessions in this game? Because I think that goes a long ways to determining the winner tomorrow. What are your thoughts on tempo, pace, and number of possessions?
I mean, I think that's the whole game. Tennessee is going to want to play their game. Arkansas is going to want to play their game. And I think this is really where the element of Bud Walton Arena sort of comes in. You get the crowd bearing down on Tennessee. Maybe Arkansas jumps out to an early lead, and Tennessee gets a little bit shaken. They get out of their game. And I think that Arkansas could maybe kind of put a vice grip on that and be able to play the game that they want to play in terms of tempo and things like that. And it's tough for Tennessee, but that's the nature of just SEC basketball. You got to go into these really great environments and be able to play the basketball you want to play, and it's not very easy. So I'm sure Tennessee wants to be able to play their game. Rick he hasn't been completely consistent with the offense that he plays. I think it's kind of one of the team's strengths. He really runs almost 2 sets of 5 guys. This team is really 10 guys deep. And depending on the set of players he has in the game, they kind of play a different offense depending on who they're feeding the ball through. Sometimes they play inside out. Sometimes they play for perimeter shots specifically. And other times they just pass it into John Fulkerson and let him go ISO, one-on-one with the opposing big man. It just kind of depends on what's happening. And so I'm interested to see the tack that Rick takes in this game. It's a great matchup. I mean, we've been saying it here. I think these teams are pretty similar in their makeup, obviously similar in where they sit in the SEC standings, and with a lot on the line. It should be a great game to watch to see what Rick Barnes and Musselman do in this one.
Charlie Burris with us here on the Morning Rush A to Z Big Orange podcast. Charlie, one last question before we let you go. When you look at the SEC as a whole right now, Auburn's leading the pack. We mentioned Kentucky and Tennessee being tied for second, Arkansas sitting there at third. LSU started to pick it up a little bit. I think it was big that the SEC beat the Big 12 in the Big 12 SEC Challenge. What are you expecting come NCAA tournament time? What teams do you think wind up in the big dance?
Just from the SEC?
Yeah, just for the SEC.
I think I was actually having this conversation with a friend of mine this past week. I mean, the SEC might be the best league in all of college basketball right now when you look at it from top to bottom, because you're probably looking, Auburn, Kentucky, Tennessee, Arkansas, LSU, Alabama's making it in. Florida is flirting with it, and then it drops off past there. But that's is that 7 teams making it in? I mean, that's a really solid set for the SEC, and it's a real testament to what the SEC has become in recent years. I would say growing up, especially as a Tennessee fan, it probably makes me a little jaded because Tennessee has always kind of been like, we invest a lot into basketball, and basketball hasn't given a ton back historically at Tennessee. And so I've always been kind of cynical about it. And so I maybe thought, when I was younger, I don't know if the SEC will ever be, you just look at the ACC with North Carolina and Duke and all of these programs, these giant blue bloods. And you just go, the SEC can never be that. I mean, right now you're giving them a run for their money, and probably this season you're better than a lot of those leagues. And it's a testament to what the SEC has become. And I've had a blast watching it. I know that much. It's frustrating because Tennessee's been so good in the last few years, and you go, finally, Tennessee's really, really good. And then, of course, the rest of the league has to become really good all at the same time, and so it can't just be that easy. But man, it's fun to watch, and it's great every single weekend to watch these awesome matchups.
Well, Charlie, I think the game tomorrow is going to be fun to watch. I know you're going to be looking forward to it as we are, and we appreciate you making some time for us this morning here to talk Vols here on the Morning Rush.
Absolutely. I appreciate the invite.
All right, good stuff from Charlie Burris. We'll react to it and get to some DBH comments in just a sec.
No doubt the league's gotten better as the roster of coaches has improved dramatically over the last 5+ years in this league. Hey, since 1968, Teeter Motors has been the car dealer where you can meet the owner and introduce yourself. They're glad to have you in their showroom, and they've been there to take care of you and with folks that have been with their dealership and dealt with great people in and around the Malvern and Hot Springs area for more than 20 years on their sales floor. In addition, it's no pressure. It's hometown service at Teeter Motors. They always got the best deals on the vehicles that you've been looking for. And right now, the lot's full. Teeter Motors in Malvern, they have a great selection at competitive prices. So if you've been elsewhere and the inventory's small and the prices are high, head over and see Denny Teeter. They have carried on the tradition of all the detail to service for you and making a sweet deal for you. So follow the Teeter Motors trail. Visit them in Malvern. They're in Mena, and they're also in Sheridan. And you can look online at teetermotors.com. That's Malvern, Mena, and Sheridan, and online at teetermotors.com. And always remember, the deals are sweeter at Teeter.
I know that Dave Van Horn is one of your favorite guys up there on campus, and he met with the media yesterday looking forward to this upcoming season. Here was what DVH had to say about maybe some shenanigans that happen in other clubhouses, other dugouts, and he really appreciated that. I can't think of the Illinois State head coach's name, but he kind of likes that they're just about playing baseball.
Yeah, I mean, I've talked to our team about that, about when we play other teams, there's a lot of, an old word, shenanigans going on in the dugouts and a lot of stuff that I don't think it really has a place in baseball, maybe other sports. It's one thing to get excited and cheer for your own team, and that's part of it. But as far as rah-rah and getting on the other team and acting the way some teams do, hey, if that's what they do, that's what they do. They run their own program. But, example in our league, I don't think Florida's good. They're like us. We respect each other. O'Sullivan and I, our comments are when we just play each other. We just play baseball. And there's some teams that it's a little different.
So to his comments,
that's a polite way of saying he doesn't like some of the bull that goes on around the league.
And on that, was he talking about Vanderbilt, Ole Miss, Alabama, Tennessee, or all four? Was that locked in? Was that honed in on some specific coach or program, or was that kind of a shot at those four?
That sounded like about 20 years of frustrations, just kind of not really pouring out and spilling over, but we know he had a little run-in with Tony V last year in Tennessee, and I think they smoothed that over. Ole Miss has always got some nonsense they're pulling and never backing it up with anything in the postseason. And, LSU's one of them programs, you may not like they're fans, and you may not like some of the things they do, but you got to respect them because, they've had a history of a lot of success. Maybe not in recent years, but.
When's the last time that Maneri, because they got a new coach, Arizona's coach, I think it's Jay something, if I remember that right. They brought him over. When's the last time they had won a national championship? Is it 11? Is that the last time they'd won?
Because Maneri won 1 or 2 there. I think it was just the 1, and that was early on. So, but LSU's been an Achilles heel. I know Arkansas went down there and won, but they have been a problem even at home for Arkansas at Baum Walker. So.
You hadn't beaten them since, I believe, 2011 prior to, I think, 2 years ago in Baum Walker.
But if those comments were made by Ty Richardson or Tommy Kraft, I think they'd be aimed at Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Because that's, as much as I enjoy watching Arkansas have success, and it's been limited against LSU, Ole Miss is the team that I think that they're just a bunch of talk, a bunch of hot air.
Mm-hmm. You haven't had
I think Dave was trying to be diplomatic in the words he was using there.
What's wild about Ole Miss is I think you beat them last year in the SEC tournament, but you didn't have a great record against them in the regular season and the SEC tournament, but then
But we remember that postseason,
Yeah, you smashed them a couple years ago in that postseason game. Good thing is, Florida, you're playing them on the road, which is going to be a fun series, but LSU, come into Fayetteville. Ole Miss, come into Fayetteville. Who's another one that's coming to Fayetteville? Vanderbilt, coming to Fayetteville. You've got a lot of great teams coming into your house this year for Arkansas baseball. That Ole Miss series, man, it is a lot of fun every single year, regardless if it's in Swayze or Baum Walker, and I'm pumped for it this year.
All right, I tell you what, we gave away some tickets for today's game a little earlier in the show. Let's give away a pair for Saturday, and then we'll give away another pair before we get out of here at the end of the show for Sunday. So we'll give away a pair of tickets right now, 877-377-6963. Just call, and Drew's going to take caller 7. We went with 4 last time. We'll go caller 7 this time. We got you a free pair of tickets that we'll transfer to you electronically for tomorrow's games. You can go see that, then go to basketball. So
double trouble.
Full day out of it. Hey, Matchstick Studios is there to create a great-looking website. If you got a new business, small business, or medium to large size business, Matchstick Studios can scale the right website for you in just $95 a month for a turnkey, ready to go, ready to invite new customers to your business website. Right now is the time of the year we're indoors a little more. We're looking at our phones. We're looking at our computers and tablets more. Is your website embarrassing to you, or are you excited about what your online presence is? If it's more of the first, you need to call Jordan and the team at Matchstick Studios and let them get you in shape, so to speak, for 2022. 479-755-3043. And again, it's $95 a month to get a great-looking website with Matchstick Studios. 755-3043, or find out more at modularorange.com.
When we come back, we're going to go to the races, welcome in Lang Whitman, talk a little Oaklawn this week, and also got your SEC update coming up in this hour, in which we'll talk about what Arkansas's remaining schedule looks like in basketball. There's some new suitors, allegedly, for Arch Manning, SEC teams that have been thrown into the mix, plus pods or divisions when Oklahoma and Texas come into the league. All that is coming up.
Arkansas's home for the best sports talk.
This is former Razorback and Super Bowl champion Brett Good, and you're listening to The Morning Rush.
Day 209 on the island. There is still no rescue in sight. I long for the simple comforts of home. The leather seats, the spacious interior, the 12.3-inch touchscreen display, and of course, the panoramic moonroof. If I could only gaze through it one more time.
Jerry!
What?
Stop talking about your Highlander and help me with the raft.
Frank seems more agitated than normal lately. Could it possibly be because he, too, misses my Toyota Highlander?
No, Jerry, it's not because I miss your Highlander. And stop acting like I can't hear you.
Yes, that must be it. Comparing his sad raft to my sleek-looking Highlander has finally broken him.
Just stop.
Experience the unforgettable 2022 Toyota Highlander for yourself. Visit your local dealer or go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. See packages and options at Toyota.com for feature availability.
The temperatures may be cooling down, but at Wheels RV in Northwest Arkansas, the deals are still red hot. Whether you are enjoying one of over 50 state parks or tailgating with your favorite team, Wheels has the right RV to help you enjoy fall in the natural state. And at Wheels RV, every new unit comes with a lifetime warranty. So get out to Wheels and see why they were voted best RV dealership in Northwest Arkansas. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
It is here, fast, reliable internet from Wave Rural Connect. Cedarville, Uniontown, Natural Dam, and surrounding areas get fast fiber internet, TV, and phone service from a local provider you can trust based in Ozark, Arkansas. Internet starts at $49.95 a month, TV at $43.99, and phone at $29.95. Order now at signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372. Do it now. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
State sales tax paid on every pre-owned vehicle on the lot now through the end of the month at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. You heard right. State sales tax paid on pre-owned vehicles at Harry Robinson. You'll save hundreds, even thousands with sales tax paid. This sale does not apply to previously negotiated deals. Don't miss your chance to get your state sales tax paid now through the end of the month on every pre-owned vehicle on the lot. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 at Fort Smith.
Is this the right decision? Living with an aging parent can bring stress, uncertainty, and guilt. Ease those emotions and trust that they are safe and happy at Dalton's Place at Waldron. Living in this community improves the health, nutrition, and housing for your loved one, regardless of income. Private apartments allow your mom or dad to keep their independence while their health is always monitored. Contact us today to see if your loved one qualifies. Dalton's Place at Waldron, 520 West 2nd Street. Your well-being first.
Save up to $5,000 and get a free saltwater system upgrade when you create the backyard of your dreams this summer with Burton Pools and Spas. Hi, Tommy Kraft here for my good friends at Burton Pools and Spas in Springdale and in Fort Smith. Right now is the time to plan that backyard oasis, that backyard of your dreams. Save $5,000 in the month of February when you sign up now. And I'll tell you what, Burton's is going one extra. Be one of the first 7 families to stop by or give them a call at Burton's and get a free upgrade to the saltwater system. This makes taking care of your pool so much easier and will save you a ton of money on chemicals each and every month. That's a nearly $2,000 upgrade. You get it free when you call right now at Burton Pools and Spas. Save $5,000 and get a free upgrade this month at Burton Pools and Spas in Springdale and in Fort Smith, and always online at burtonpools.com. Burton Pools and Spas, they are your source for backyard fun. Save thousands of dollars with manager specials this month at Harry Robinson Salisaw Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off of I-40 in Salisaw. Troy, these are great deals with big discounts, and they're all trucks.
Yes, they are. They're all four-wheel drive trucks. We've got a Laramie out there, an LTZ, a High Country. We've got a Lariat F-250. If you're in the market for a truck, get down here and see us soon. I mean, we've got these trucks. Some of them are marked down $8,000 off of the original asking price. So I'm telling you, right now is the time to buy. If you're looking for a truck, get down here, see this manager special row.
The only thing about these trucks, they've just been on the lot a few days too long.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with them. Most of them still have factory warranty left on them. So they've been here for a little bit too long, 30, 60 days. We've marked them down. We want to get them out of here. We just put the hang tags in them this morning and already sold one. So get down here and see us, thousands of dollars in savings.
These deals won't last long. The manager special, save up to $8,000 now. Harry Robinson, Salisaw Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off of I-40 in Salisaw.
We're remixed and remastered at TGI Fridays in Fort Smith. Some of your favorite apps, drinks, and desserts are now even better the second time around. Check out the sizzling cheesy bacon mac and cheese bites, a blast from the past with a whole new vibe. Also back are the famous Fridays fried mushrooms and the ultimate cheesy bacon cheeseburger. And all new at Fridays is the Oreo Madness, house-made giant Oreo cookies with cookies and cream ice cream coated in red and white sprinkles, served with chocolate sauce and a fresh strawberry. Come by or order online. It's your locally owned TGI Fridays at I-540 and Rogers in Fort Smith.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3. The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
Chris into the front court. Tries to cross Ellis over. Stops, goes, penetrates. Kicks out. No taper. 3, and it's good. Hogs have the lead.
Just say, Alexa, play ESPN Arkansas.
ESPN Arkansas from TuneIn.
All right, we're going to go to the races in just a few minutes. Talk to Lane Whitman. Chris Cooper won the tickets a minute ago. Ryan Harvey won them in hour one. Hang around. We got more baseball tickets for Sunday's game coming up in just a few minutes. Larry Rath with Rath Auto Resources joins us now. Larry, good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. Hope you're having a good one. What a beautiful, sunshiny, perfect day. It's going to be a great weekend, folks, at Rath Auto Resources. And, we've been stocking up for this time of year. What a great time to save on a nicer, newer car. And at Rath Auto Resources, you can drive better. And what that means, you're going to get a car that's been hand-picked, that's been run through our Meineke Car Care Center. We fix anything we find wrong with them. We do all the maintenance on them, and we show you that RO. So we don't expect you just take our word for it. We show you the money that's been spent on that car, the things that we've done to it. That's all part of the Rath Road Ready promise. You cannot buy a better used car than a Rath Road Ready used car, and they're only available at Rath Auto Resources in Fort Smith, Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale. And we've got such a great selection right now, the biggest selection we've had in over 2 years. Get in here quick, take advantage of this big selection, find the one that's just right for you and your family. Let one of our friendly, non-commissioned solution specialists take care of all the details. That's what they're paid to do. They're going to help you get the most for your trade. They're going to help you get the very best financing. And, financing is a big deal. We've got all the banks and lenders. And, folks, if you've got great credit, then, rates are still at historical lows. You want to get in before that changes. And if you've got less than perfect credit, we've got banks and lenders lined up and fighting for that piece of business as well. We can get you taken care of at Rath Auto Resources, get you in and out in a hurry. And then finally, great service after the sale in the Meineke Car Care Center. It really is our secret weapon. It's how we keep our customers coming back, and it's what's made us Arkansas's favorite used car dealer. And, folks, we'd love to take care of you, too. It's going to be a great weekend. It's going to be fun, and what a terrific time. Get yourself something nicer and newer this weekend. Rath Auto Resources in Fort Smith, Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale. Check us out online, rathauto.com.
All right, you heard him, Fort Smith and in Springdale, and online at rathautoresources.com. Larry, have a great weekend. We'll talk to you next week.
Thanks, guys. Y'all have a good one. And folks, come and see it.
All right, Larry Rath with us this morning. All right, time to go to the races. Check in on a busy weekend coming up at Oaklawn. Brought to you by Brothers Roofing and by Calico County, just off Rogers Avenue behind Randall Ford. Lang Whitman is with us. Lang, good morning.
Good morning, Tommy. How are you guys doing today?
We are ready for a big weekend. We got baseball. We got Arkansas basketball this weekend. And 4 days. It's not just 3. You got President's Day Monday coming up, so a big, long weekend at Oaklawn as well.
Yeah, get that extra race day on Monday. That's always a fun day. Big crowds over there on President's Day. I don't think I'll be able to get to make it over there this year, but still looking forward to watching the races on Monday.
Brad Cox has been the leading trainer nearly all year long. How do the standings look as we head into this long weekend?
Well, Steve Asmussen has now overtaken Brad Cox, and he is the leading trainer. Leading jockey is Ricardo Santana. He's 3 wins ahead of Francisco Arrieta as we go into this holiday weekend.
All right, I know on the podcast with you and Scott, you're going to go in depth about Saturday's Dixie Belle Stakes. Let's kind of preview that race for the audience this morning and get them ready for what's probably the feature race of the weekend in the Dixie Belle.
It is a feature race Saturday. It's the 9th race, the Dixie Belle Stakes, for 3-year-old fillies running 6 furlongs. This is a very good 8-horse field, and it's led by some of the big names over there at Oaklawn. Icy Stare Down from the Brad Cox barn, Wicked Halo from the Steve Asmussen barn, Happy Soul from trainer Wesley Ward, who don't come into Oaklawn with horses very often. This is a horse that's coming off back-to-back 11-length wins, so that's one to look at. And also Pretty Birdie from the Norm Cassidy barn. Those 4 look to me to maybe be the class of this 8-horse field, but it's going to be a very competitive race.
All right, and again, you can check out the new podcast and get a lot more detail on that for this weekend's card, that race and many others. All right, you brought us a 20-1 long shot last week for the Friday best bet. Who's your Friday long shot pick for today?
Yeah, got up for 3rd last week. Couldn't quite get there for the win money, but did run into money. Let's try another long shot here today. We're going to look at race number 7, horse number 3, Camaraderie, 8-1 on the morning line for trainer Dan Pipes with that Francisco Arrieta, second in the jockey standings, riding Camaraderie. She's made 3 career starts with her best finish only being a 4th place, but all 3 of those races were at the maiden special weight level, which is a higher level than she's running at today. She takes a drop down in class for the first time in her life to the maiden claiming ranks for $50,000. If she can only improve slightly with this class drop, which I think she will, camaraderie can not only hit the board, I think she can win this race. It should be a nice price, double-digit payout, looking for $15 to $20 maybe. Let's look for number 3, camaraderie, in race 7 today at Oakland.
All right, real quick, tell us what else we can find in the podcast at hitthatline.com with you and Scott to kind of preview the entire weekend.
Yeah, we look at the feature race today, which is the 8th race. We look at 2 races on the card tomorrow, the previously mentioned Dixie Belle Stakes and the 10th race, the race after the Dixie Belle. Maybe you want to look at those 2 and put together a daily double. And the big race of the weekend, the Kentucky Derby Prep race at the Fairgrounds in New Orleans. The Grade 2 Risen Star is a very tough race, a very good race. I believe there's 10 horses running, and I think up to 6 of them can win the race. So it's going to be a good betting race as well.
All right, find all of Lang's picks at the Railbird 333, and again, find the podcast at hitthatline.com or wherever you get your podcast. Just search for Hit That Line. Lang, have a successful weekend. We'll talk to you next week.
Always look forward to it. Thanks for the time, Tommy.
All right, our racing update is brought to you by Calico County, just off Rogers Avenue behind Randall Ford, and by Brothers Roofing with 25 years of experience from both sides of the process. Brother has worked both in the insurance side and as a roofing contractor, so he can help you maximize your benefits. Licensed in Arkansas, adequately insured, great lead crews. They can make sure that you get the quality materials and a great job that will be inspected by Brother himself. 353-3877 is the number. 353-3877 for Brothers Roofing. Your calls in the SEC update is next.
Arkansas's home for the best sports talk.
Hey, guys, enjoy your show. Out of all the sports programs in the state, I really enjoy y'all's most.
You're listening to The Morning Rush.
At Clay Maxey Auto Group, making the relationship has been what we've always been about. Can't control the market, but we can control who we are and how we act every day. And we're just going to...
When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
Now that's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
The phrase in dire straits originated in the 1400s from sailors having to carefully navigate their vessels through narrow passages to avoid a shipwreck. So Far Away from Dire Straits is a song lamenting the struggle of a long-distance relationship over the phone. Mark Knopfler said, "It's a joke. It can't really be done over a long period of time because you both get exhausted with it. Sin has put us in dire straits with God, and that's why he feels so far away." Jesus said the passage to God is a narrow way, and he promised when he went so far away, the Holy Spirit would be here to stay. This isn't some hunch or intuition, but a conviction navigating you to God's holy word. When you have a real relationship with God, you have the person of the Spirit living inside you, guiding your walk of life every step of the way. Don't trust your feelings. Look up John chapter 16 and see if it sends you reeling. I'm Pastor Heath from Woodland. Read about it.
Football might be over this season, but basketball is in full steam for both pros and college hoops. For all the latest odds, totals, player performance props, to where the next fired coach is going to land, BetOnline is the #1 spot for all your sports betting needs. Head over to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Use our promo code BELIEVE to get started. That's promo code BLEAV. And it's not just basketball. BetOnline is your source for hockey, boxing, and UFC odds, right to the Olympic coverage, is the best in the business. From sports right down to your favorite Vegas casino games, BetOnline is your #1 online wagering destination. BetOnline, the fastest and easiest way to wager on all your favorite sports and play your favorite games. BetOnline, where the game starts.
Call home. Make Trinity Multifamily your first call at 479-452-1817. That's 479-452-1817. Or online at trinitymultifamily.com to search rental properties near you.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind everyone to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I'd also like to remind any current homeowners or individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check on your eligibility for the homestead tax credit. Contact us today to see if you qualify.
The homestead tax credit can save you up to $375 off your tax bill.
This ad sponsored by the Sebastian County Assessor.
Ashley Air is a proud sponsor of Razorback Athletics. Heat up your home with a free furnace when you purchase a qualifying new system from Ashley Air. And till February 28th. Get no down payment, no interest for 72 months on qualifying systems. And the Ashley Air Quality Assurance Guarantee, their 12-year parts and labor warranty. Get a free furnace when you purchase a new system from Ashley Air. Just go to AshleyAir.com to schedule your appointment. That's AshleyAir.com.
Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer opens like every other seltzer, pours like every other seltzer, but it's not like every other seltzer. USDA certified organic, no added sugar, and low cal, so you've never seen another seltzer quite like it. And with new refreshing flavors like black cherry and watermelon strawberry, you've never tasted one like it either. Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer, as real as it tastes. Enjoy responsibly, not a low-calorie food. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer, IRC Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Live here at Randall Ford, 5500 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. Billy, you guys have roughly about 200 pre-owned vehicles on the lot. With every single one of your pre-owns, it's a 150-point safety inspection.
And if they don't pass inspection, they don't get out on our used lot. So they're top-notch, some of the nicest cars in the area.
Come by and see us again, Randall Ford, 5500 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. You can always check us out online at randallford.com.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Somebody said we've got SEC bias. Deal with it. They're the best.
In the SEC, it just means more.
I know one thing. The SEC just got a little tougher.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Ashley Air. Keeping your home comfortable is what they do best. Trust them with your heating and cooling needs. Go to AshleyAir.com to request service today.
It ain't going to be easy for Arkansas down the stretch in these remaining 5 games. Net rankings alone, Tennessee comes in at 9. Florida's at, I think, top 60. Kentucky's at 3. LSU's at 16. Tennessee at 9. Now, Tommy, the good thing about that, man, you could shoot up the Selection Sunday rankings. You start winning some of these games down the stretch.
Well, there's huge opportunities.
That's what, 5? That's 5 quad one wins.
What's the ceiling?
The
I mean, if you want them all, that's not going to happen. But you beat Tennessee twice. You beat Kentucky. You take care of Florida. You beat LSU. What is the ceiling? I mean,
with SEC,
we're talking narrow path pipe dreams here.
Okay, so that would be, think about it.
Is a 2 seed in? I don't think a 1 seed could be reached, but could you reach a 2?
They would have to win the SEC tournament to be on a 2 seed line. You think about it. If your scenario played out like it did, they've won 9 of the last 10. So if you add 8 to that, that's 17 of the last 18 they would win. And I think that would give them 9 quad one wins.
I mean, to me, I think we all get greedy as fans, but split with Tennessee, win the one at home, I think is important. But I'm going to tell you, for both Tennessee and Arkansas, there's some value in the net rankings probably to go on the road and win. If Tennessee won here and you could go and win in Knoxville, there's some value in getting that quality road win from the metric standpoint. I think if you could just split with, if you could beat Kentucky at home, that would just be great for the fan base. You can't lose both of these games at home. You got to find a way to win one of these two. But if you lose to Tennessee, you got to go win there, because the boost you'd get from that quality of a road win would be big for you.
I just can't see this team not making the NCAA tournament. Now, I hate to say
that's
that
off the table.
I hate to say that they're a lock, and we're just talking about, well, the unlikely scenario if they win 8 straight. Well, the other unlikely scenario if they won 6 straight. If they lost the next 5 regular season games, they lost their opener probably that Friday, the opening of the SEC tournament. That's the other. It's got to be probably somewhere more in the middle.
Listen, I'm not interested in winning them all the rest of the regular season or the SEC tournament. I'm just interested in winning the last 6 and beginning in the NCAA tournament. So, I mean, again, it's too early. You're a month too early to play your best basketball and be the hottest you can be, your best shooting, all of those things right now. So, be real. I think realistically, Arkansas is around a 5 seed.
So, let me ask you this. We brought up the Dallas scenario. Again, the closest place that you could play is in Fort Worth, Dickies Arena. It's about 5.5 from Fayetteville, give or take. The next closest place is Indianapolis, which is about 10 hours away.
Yeah.
The only seed that you're probably going to get, I doubt you get a 7. We're talking about the 2 seed. Is it
4, 5, or 6 feels right?
But that's unfortunately not in. I think Portland, Buffalo, and maybe Milwaukee. I think was the one where the 4, 5, and 6s are playing.
I don't know what's in San Diego, but if I got to pick between Buffalo, Portland, and San Diego,
probably going to go to San Diego.
I guess I'd take San Diego.
I just have to wait and see how this tournament shakes out. Again, like you said, we're about a month away.
I think it would be very hard to be in a better position on a seed line than you were last year, if you're just honest about it. I think if you win them all out, all the way through the SEC tournament, which is not going to happen, I think even getting to a 2 is a stretch. So, I mean, that's just – I'm telling you, when you look back on it, that Vanderbilt loss, that Hofstra loss are going to just be a thorn in your hind end. And you wish those weren't on your resume now, but I think that might be the difference if the committee's splitting the hair. But you can't go 0-2 against Tennessee. That's what I do know. You can take care of that tomorrow.
CBS Sports reporting that LSU and Florida have jumped into the mix for Arch Manning. I know that I've seen Georgia, I've seen Texas, I've seen Ole Miss, I've seen a variety of different teams. Curious to see where he ends up deciding. Now, Paul Feinbaum and his crew talked about this a little bit yesterday. If the SEC organized 14 pods when Oklahoma and Texas joined, do you want to see pods or do you want to see divisions?
I want to see divisions.
You do want to see divisions.
I want to see divisions because I think you can keep a lot of the important rivalries alive, and I want to know that Texas and Oklahoma are on the Arkansas football schedule every year. And I'm going to let's get greedy. I want them split. I want one of those 2 at home every year, meaning I'm on the road at one of those 2, but that's fine. But I'm in favor of sending Alabama and Auburn to the east, putting Oklahoma and bringing Missouri over to the west, and
that makes Arkansas's division easier. I'd like that.
Well, I mean, it does maybe in the immediacy, but you got to remember when the SEC started with the east and the west, Tennessee, Florida, and to some degree, I mean, Georgia didn't dominate, but those were the teams that dominated the SEC was Tennessee and Florida. So, I mean, things will change and balance out. I just look at how you could keep Tennessee, Alabama alive, Georgia, Auburn alive every year and all these. But on the west side, A&M, Texas, OU, Texas, Arkansas, OU, the big battle line rivalry that, they demand. LSU still playing Arkansas and all the matchups would be tremendous that way. Then you just rotate through a couple of league opponents on the other side in a 9-game SEC schedule. It would be awesome.
It seems easier.
It's a lot easier, I'm telling you, if you just stop and think about Alabama and Auburn in the East and all of the rivalries that TV is going to demand to be kept intact. Georgia, Florida. You think about the Georgia-Auburn rivalry. Big stuff there. So you could do that and then rotate through a game or 2 in the cross division, and I think TV would be happy with it. I would like it, but that means it's probably not going to happen because to me it just makes sense.
So when we have Commissioner Sankey on at SEC Media Days, you should be very forceful in how you tell him that this should go.
I mean, I'm not the smartest guy in most rooms. I'm sure someone much smarter than me has already suggested this. It's not that difficult. It's not like, I haven't heard anyone else talk about it, but it's not like I've come up with this new way to invent the wheel here. I mean, it's pretty simple. If you just move those 2 geographically over, a lot of the games that TV is going to demand be in the package every year still exist. And believe you me, at the end of it, that's who's going to dictate what happens. They're not going to pay the kind of money that ESPN and Disney's paying without being guaranteed some big ratings blockbusters. So, but I hate the idea of 4 pods. All right, that's your SEC update. It's brought to you by Ashley Air, a proud sponsor of Razorback Athletics. Heat up your home with a free furnace when you purchase a qualifying new system from Ashley Air. Till the end of the month, no down payment, no interest for 72 months on qualifying systems, and the Ashley Air quality assurance guarantee, their 12-year parts and labor warranty. Get a free furnace when you purchase a new system from Ashley Air. Just go to AshleyAir.com to schedule your appointment. That's AshleyAir.com. Before we get to Ryan, so Ryan's going to take up one phone line. Let's give away our last set of tickets for the weekend. 877-377-6963. Sunday. Got 2 tickets. We'll give them away right now. Pick what number you want. Caller 5. Caller 5 gets 2 tickets for Sunday. These are nice seats right behind third base dugout. 2 tickets for Sunday.
Ryan Hot Springs, you're excited about the baseball game this weekend. Go ahead, man.
Well, I was actually calling to make a comment about Van Horn and his. I absolutely believe. He was talking about Ole Miss because if you took a frat boy and made him into a college, he'd be Ole Miss. And I wanted to make a comment too about Tommy's situation with the conference deal. This may affect some of these rivalries too, though, with Oklahoma and Texas coming in. Because Texas is probably going to want that rivalry game with A&M back on Thanksgiving. So what does that do with LSU?
They play Oklahoma.
Do you think
I've already worked it all out. They play OU that day.
I'm down for that.
Arkansas still plays Missouri. LSU plays OU. Texas plays Texas A&M. Ole Miss still plays Mississippi State. That would be your Western Division right there.
I had one
Alabama.
more
Alabama plays Auburn. I mean, you can still go through it. You can still have South Carolina playing Clemson. You can still have Georgia play Georgia Tech. Louisville play Kentucky.
Right.
All Tennessee and Vanderbilt. Can't live without that. All of those can still work if the divisions are balanced that way, Ryan.
Right. Well, I was going to throw one other thing out there too. Whenever they first started talking about this pod, I've got a friend of mine that he's no longer at the University of South Carolina. He worked in compliance, but when they were kicking around the pod idea, he said that they had Arkansas in a pod with the 2 Mississippi schools and LSU.
Don't hate that.
That was nothing official. Do what?
I said don't hate that.
Do you hate it if you don't get to play Texas and OU on the regular? I do.
It just depends.
Now, this was nothing official either. So, but anyway, I hope you'll have a good day and a good weekend.
Everybody's got an idea. I mean, I want excitement. I want exciting games. I want great road games you can actually drive to reasonably from the western side of the state.
Yeah,
the closest game's been 6 hours to Oxford. This is finally a Razorback fan's chance to go to a road game 3 hours from
Norman.
So I want OU may win 8 out of 10, but if OU and Texas aren't on your schedule every year, this whole thing's not. It should be off the table.
The dynamic in our household with my roommate being an Oklahoma fan is going to change immensely.
But that's the fun of it. It's going to make what we do more important to more people.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing with you at all.
So this is, to me, 2 divisions, and you just move the Alabama schools over. You bring OU, Texas in. You leave Missouri in the West. Just to me, think about a Western Division with Arkansas, LSU, the 2 Mississippi schools, Missouri, Oklahoma, Texas, Texas A&M. How much fun would that be? Knowing you're going to play all those schools every year. Como's drivable. Baton Rouge drivable. The Mississippi schools, everyone in your division you could drive to in a daytime drive.
Yeah. I think about this year, got a chance to go to Athens last year, going to get a chance to go to Auburn for the game this year. That's something that I know you and I have talked about crossing off our checklist as these different. I've been to Oxford, Mississippi. I've been to Columbia, Missouri. And I would like at some point, I've been to Norman for a game, but not an SEC game, which it'll eventually be. I've been to Austin, never for a game inside of the softest, quietest, 100,000-seat stadium in the country, Darrell K. Royal Memorial Stadium. These are venues that you may not like the team associated with that venue, but you at least want to go see a game there.
Yeah. All right, congratulations to Ryan Glenn. He won the Sunday tickets. Chris, Ryan, and Ryan. We got 2 Ryans at one. I'll get you those tickets transferred here in a little bit. I want to remind you, we do have the games for you on most of these stations you're listening to now. So baseball with Phil later on today. And actually, halftime is going to be live at Eat My Catfish. They're going to get a belly full before the first baseball game today. So go by Eat My Catfish in Fayetteville, as halftime will be live there today in front of a 3 o'clock start with Illinois State. Noon on Saturday and 1 p.m. on Sunday. And, of course, the Hogs and the Vols from Bud Walton Arena as well. So it's a busy weekend here at ESPN Arkansas and hitthatline.com. And let me just tell you, we'll tell you more Monday. It's going to be busier next weekend when Kentucky comes to town.
Did you get my tickets that I'm supposed to give away on the podcast?
Yeah, 12 tickets, concession credit. These are great half-court seats. Ty's got all the details. I'll just give you his cell phone number. You can text Ty about that. Yeah.
Sure that
parking passes. I think a pass to go in the locker room after the game. Maybe that's
concession.
Two in there.
Concession.
Yeah, free concessions.
Throw a concession.
It's a great package. Listen to the podcast for details.
Yeah, it'll be fun. All right, everyone have a great weekend. Lots of Razorback sporting events.
12 of those to give away.
Right here, ESPN Arkansas and hitthatline.com.
Make your backyard dreams a reality this summer with an in-ground pool from Burton Pools and Spas. Save $5,000